Well, what's going on, everybody? How are we doing today? My name's Mel, Dark Side of the Grill. Guess what I got?
Big Green Jer.
Big Green Jer, guess what? Special show for you guys today. It's the Canucks, the Hosers, eh? We're coming all you. Everybody, it's going to be crazy. We got a couple of provinces all the way down the line. We're working them through. It's going to be fantastic. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you get your questions ready. Going to be a lot of neat stuff. A lot of dump bear action tonight, let me tell you. Fantastic, Jer. How are we doing today, baby? How are we doing today?
I'm doing great, Mel. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for asking.
Thanks for putting this together. This is going to be a fun night. We've got a stellar lineup by the sounds of it.
That's it. Yeah, well, this is, you know what? And my Canadian brothers pulling it in at the end, I absolutely love it. I always appreciate you guys, man. It's Melissa couldn't make it today, right? Chris took the day off. Here we go. It's on. It's happening. I'm so happy. This is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been looking forward to this so bad. Oh, this is gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, for sure. Cheers, brother.
Cheers. What are you drinking?
I'm just doing a quick Caesar. Couple warm up drinks. I learned from being on the show last time. You got to ease into these things.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to pile right into her, but that's it's a different thing. You know how it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, we got Jav. My man Avi, how you doing, brother?
Big Avs in the house.
That is one guy I want to have on the show one day once it's a bit warmer and I can go back outside so we can compare fire guns and stuff. It's going to be a good time. Love that guy, man.
Some of his cooks are just epic. Like I was looking at one the other day where he did like a whole cow. Like,
yeah, man.
That's just amazing.
On a meat cross.
Yeah, for sure.
Deadly. We should try that with beavers.
There we go.
Yeah.
Build our way up. We got to start small and build it up.
I think there was a guy in southern Ontario went to jail for putting beavers on crosses. We're not talking about that. No. That's a different kind of thing altogether. Okay, that's
plead the fifth on that one.
Love it. So how you doing? How was your week, Jared? Talk to me.
So far, so good, man. It's Tuesday night, so I always look forward to Tuesday night as the it's the official kickoff of the week for me, right? So,
yep.
But yeah, it's been an interesting time. Like the holidays, like I know you went through some crap we were talking through, and it was quiet. It was quiet on the home front. Christmas was quiet. New Year's was quiet, but that's okay, right? Like that's they're making more announcements. They tightened the belt a little bit on Ontario today, even about some not curfews but stay-at-home orders and that. But you know what? We just need to, I think the thing about Canadians is we're pretty law-abiding. So, you know what, if everybody does their part and just plays it safe, hopefully, the vaccines are coming out. I think I read a number or something about, even in the U.S., in Canada, I think they've done like 300,000, it was 300,000 vaccines so far, which is great. They're ring fencing some of the older homes, which is good. So, we'll get there, right? Like I'm hoping next couple months might still be rough, but by the time we hit the summer, like you said, we'll be outside, we'll be barbecuing like crazy, and we'll be able to put all this craziness behind us.
Yeah, oh, no doubt, man. It's been a chaotic time.
Yeah,
and we're watching Ontario now, wondering what's going on with you guys because our numbers have been pretty crazy, like per capita for what we got, right?
Yeah.
Like your guys' numbers now are hitting way up there, right?
Yeah.
But you still have 5 times the people we have, so it's all, whatever.
Yeah, it's you got to put it all into perspective, and it's I think it's what we're seeing now is sort of the aftermark of the holidays, right? People who decided like screw the system, I'm getting together with my extended family, or they're out more around. And now we're feeling it, right? Those cases are now popping up like a couple weeks in, and people are now getting sick, and we're feeling it. But hopefully there'll be light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, Dallas, right on. Just stay home and grill, man. Stay in and cook out, basically.
That's it. So the man Super Skewer, he did a roasted beaver a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Avi, I'm glad I didn't see that because I would have commented the crap out of that one. That's. Then you'd see Mel later on in the week in the news, right? Canadian man cooks bald eagle for fun. That's not going to go over so well. So
Yeah.
that's,
I see Kimmy's in the house. Nubby's here.
Oh, yeah.
We're starting off rolling here. We're gonna have a fun night tonight, Mel.
well, that's it. One of Kimmy's first comments is like, "Hey, nudie." I was like, "What? What are you doing over there? What's going on, Kimmy? Jeez, we just got started here. Let me warm up."
Someone cut her off.
So our first guest today, in dealing with the thing here,
Yep.
right? So we got Big Mike Powell barbecue.
Awesome.
So we're bringing him in. Are you guys pumped? I'm
Yeah.
pumped. I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying not to curse. The wife tells me I curse too much, but whatever. And I believe this guy's name is Mike.
Yep.
There we go.
There we go, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Mike. Big Mike.
How you gentlemen doing? Cheers.
Oh, cheers, buddy.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Happy New Year, boys.
Happy New Year.
Right on. Well, how are we doing today? How you doing today?
We're doing good. Yeah, just dealing with the new, like Jared was saying, the new rules coming out, rolling out.
Yeah.
Just trying to adapt and change and get through this all.
So what's the score with you guys? You guys are on a you have a curfew yet, or is it?
No. Nothing yet. Just they're changing the times for stores to being open. Liquor stores are closing sooner. Hardware stores closing sooner. Basically, they're telling you to stay home unless you have one of the 100 reasons to go out.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Let me tell you something funny about Toronto. Now, I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but I was over at Jer's, and it was what, Sunday or Monday, and I was out of liquor. And he takes me to the liquor store. It was like 5 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock at night, and it was closed. And he's like, "Oh yeah, whatever." So then we went to go get food, go into the grocery store, and there's booze there. I was like, "You had me panicking in the truck all the way over here for no reason at all. You knew there was booze here." He's like, "Yeah, but it's not like hard liquor. It's just, whatever." Still found stuff to get drunk. It was all right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Always,
we're not allowed freedoms like that. Imagine if Alberta had freedoms like that. Nah, we're not.
Whoa, don't you have it in your Costco's though?
We have a Costco liquor store.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we don't have that here.
Yeah, no.
There's no Costco liquor store.
No, we
I think
can't buy.
Quebec does. I think Quebec has booze, but not Ontario.
Yeah, we can't buy our booze in bulk like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's super bulk at Costco. It's super bulk. They're the only place you can get the handles of like everything, which is I bought Montego Bay something or other big Barbados rum.
Oh, like a 60 ouncer?
Yeah, like the bottle is just like a monster, right?
Yeah.
And I set it down on the island, and the wife's looking at me. She's like, "What's wrong with you? Like, where did you even find that?" I'm like, "Costco opened up on the south side here, the liquor store, and that's it."
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think the liquor store in Ontario, I don't know if it is still, Mike, or not, but they were closed on Mondays for a while. So I don't know if they've opened back up on Mondays or if they're still closed on Mondays.
They've been closed on Mondays for a while through this whole thing. And then now they have to close by 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Now they've got the new rules. They'll be closed by 8. So
who knows if they're going to open up on Mondays now. So
yeah.
Nope.
Just to balance it all out. So
just stock up supplies, right?
Pretty much. It just sounds like they're going to be hammering the big box stores more.
Yeah.
Where everybody, instead of having like everybody crammed in giant lines, they're going to make sure people are spread out and the numbers are limited inside the stores. So,
well, Alberta totally dropped the ball on that when we did our big lockdown. We left all of the retail open. We closed the restaurants, right? So they couldn't do anything, but all of our big retail was totally open. They knocked the amount of people inside the store down to 25%. Which then threw up lineups around the store everywhere. So people literally jammed in like sardines in line waiting to get into your groceries. It was a nightmare. It was it was something else.
Awesome, boys. I'm going to be right back. Just keep on without me, okay, for 1 sec?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, cool.
Have fun.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Wash your hands, asshole. There you go. See, we got people calling us hosers already. That's fantastic. There's 666. Josh, he's going to be on here in about a half an hour. Can't wait for that. Going to be a good time. What's in your cup, Mike?
Caesars.
Well, there you go.
Nice, simple Caesar, Canadian edition.
That's it. I said I would do it. Coo-roo-coo-coo-coo-coo-coo. That's the one right there. You gotta do it. It's fantastic. I'm drinking the bamboo. I love the bamboo.
Nice.
You can taste bananas in this rum.
Oh, really?
It's so fantastic. A little bit of banana in there it's very nice. And I've also got the claws, hammer in the claws.
Just mixing it up, straight mixing it up.
All the time. I'm constantly on the move with
just keeping that inside on guessing, eh?
Well, that's it. I've been like that since I was a kid, right? Bush parties, you got a box of wine.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're drinking tequila and like it's never fazed me. It's just always been that way. So yeah. Nice. Oh look, Coop showed up. Wow. I didn't think he'd come.
Watch your language. This is a kid show. Well, go to bed, Coop. It's past your bedtime.
Poor kid. Oh. I love him to pieces, but he just can't like me. I've been trying to massage him as best I can, but he's not having it.
You're one of those people, Mal. You're hard to love, eh?
That's exactly apparently. Apparently.
Yeah.
I'm back, ladies.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Don't lie. Yeah.
I'm back.
Oh, wow.
It's okay to have dead airspace if you're chugging. Just so you know.
That's right.
Yeah. So,
Mike, what have you been up to? You've been doing some epic cooks.
Just cooking away. I got a Yoder on loan right now.
Oh, nice.
It's a hell of a grill.
Yeah.
It's Pitmaster Pellets. They own it. They dropped it off and said, "Have fun.
Yeah.
Get some good posts. Do some great cooking. We'll pick it up from you in a little while." Like, perfect. Sounds amazing.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, those things are a beast. I was checking those out. Like they're well built, those ones, right? So
yeah. Like I just did that steak on it tonight, hot and fast, because it's got the plate on there. You can open it up. It's got the grill grates.
Yeah.
And just away you go. And then the past weekend there, I did that whole pork leg, and just did a massive amount of pulled pork with it. So it was,
yeah. So I just picked up one of those pork legs. So they had them on sale. Mel, you'll appreciate this because Mel was like freaking out about the price of meat alone in Ontario when he was here in the summer. So it was on sale this past week. It might still be on sale for like $1.20 a pound.
Jeez.
A full pork leg. So I got like a 30-pound pork leg for like under $30.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, this was the eye-opener for me. Everybody has specific things that they stick to.
Yeah.
My big one was the short ribs.
Yeah, I remember that.
Korean style, when they were cut, he took me to his local, whatever, I forget, Sobeys or something.
Yeah.
And I look, and they were like $15 or $18, something like that.
Yeah, you create $12, I think, or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking at that. I'm like, man, these are $25, $30 where I'm at.
Well, they take advantage of you guys out there.
Oh man, they rape us coming, they rape us going. It's crazy. We got everyone's like, oh, you guys have the cheapest liquor in the world. We don't know. Everything's like more expensive here, and they just lie to us so that we think we're getting a deal, right?
It's just bigger,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a bigger bottle with a big handle. Yeah.
So Mike, if you don't mind, let's spend a couple of minutes talking about that pork leg because I got to do mine this week. I've still got it in the fridge, so I figure I'm gonna do. It's an overnight cook for me.
Oh, 100%. I was 24 hours smoking that pork leg. Yeah, and I pulled it. It was at 2:02 when I pulled it. I wrapped it in tinfoil and then dropped it in the cooler and let it sit in the cooler for about 2 hours, and then we went and ate something completely else for dinner, and after dinner and cleaned up everything else, I'm like, well, now I gotta shred all this pork. So then I got
So what did you cook it at? Like 250, 275?
About 225 overnight, and then when I wrapped it, I cranked it up to 275, and it just kept chugging along. It was a long cook, that's for sure.
So when did you wrap it? At what point did you wrap it? When it hit like a certain
around
temp?
165,
Yeah. Okay.
Added a bit more juice.
I see Jeffy. Jeffy's here.
Okay.
He finally snuck in. Jeff, we're going to bring you in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, fantastic. He was having all kinds of problems just logging on and stuff, so we'll bring him up. 2 minutes will be fantastic. So how long did it take you to cook that leg exactly?
It was 24 hours on the smoker. Yeah. Yeah, lots of pellets.
How big was it? Is it around 30 pounds or was it a bit bigger?
No, it was 28 pounds.
Yeah. That's what I got. So
yeah, and I took the skin off mine.
Yep.
Before I put it in, I left it on the hock part, but
Yeah.
I took the skin off everything else. Did some deep scoring, stuffed some garlic cloves in it.
Nice.
And then just made up this apple cider vinegar mixture concoction and kept splashing it on until I wrapped it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that always blows my doors off about different cooks, different meats, different whatever.
Yeah.
38-pound turkey, 6 hours.
That's crazy. Yeah, I would have
6
thought
hours for a 38-pound turkey, but 65-pound pig. 8 hours. 9 hours.
That makes no sense.
Okay, this is it.
But your temps though too, right?
Well, this is 250, 250, 275.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So it's I think it's different densities of meat. Maybe the bone has obviously something to do with it.
Yeah.
Your stall can be just crazy, right?
Yeah.
But
like this like the pork leg was literally like massive, like that big around. Yeah, like it's a lot different. Like when you're doing the whole pig, it's a lot smaller legs on it, right?
Yeah,
You're not doing
that's probably off like a 250-pound pig or something, right?
Yeah,
so,
That was
what
my
I figured. I figured I'm going to start it like maybe like 6 or 8 o'clock and just let it go around the clock. That's
what I did. I threw it on like 6 o'clock on Saturday night, and it didn't come off till just after 6 on Sunday.
Crazy.
That's awesome,
so I was like 9 o'clock at night and shredding pork in the kitchen. It was like yeah. And then everyone's like, "What are you doing this for?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah, what the hell?
Because it was
COVID,
a $28 piece of meat. What am I else going to do with it? Yeah,
Mike,
how big of a risk could it be?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That's my life. I'm stuck in that gear all the like. My wife and my daughters are staring at me cutting this brisket up. Right?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
They've already eaten McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
And they're staring at me. They're like, "Who's eating this?"
Yeah.
I don't know. Instagram. That's like
I get called on it all the time.
Well, you know what though, and this is my thing. It is what it is, but for me, you got to put in the work. You always have to put in the work, however you got to do it, right? If you can get crafty and do catering, if you can do whatever, it helps a ton. For me, I vacuum seal the boys at work, right? All my family, whatever you got to do to keep cooking.
Yeah,
because that's it's a constant battle over here with no joke. I've got 4 huge freezers and then 1 half freezer.
Yeah.
And if you brought a pail of ice cream here today, I couldn't put it in the freezer.
You'd have to eat the ice cream.
Well, that's strategic on your part then.
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. If we have a power outage, watch Mel's panic attack. That'll be
Fire up the offset.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. Like, I was doing the same thing, like with this whole COVID thing and just staying home. Right, there's nothing else to do but cook. So I actually, one of my old bosses at work, her husband's a firefighter. So I've been dropping stuff. I haven't done it recently because they've been totally locked down. Like, they don't want any visitors to the fire hall at all. But I was dropping off. Like, I picked up a shitload of ribs and did those. And I did. It was funny. I did 20 pounds of pork shoulder, smoked it, and I had arranged to drop this off. This was back in the summer. And so I messaged the guy, okay, the pork's ready, and I vacuum sealed it and sent it over to them. And I dropped it off, and like 2 days later, buddy messaged me, oh man, that pork was awesome. I'm like, dude, it was 2 days ago. You had 25 pounds of pork shoulder. So these guys like destroyed it within 2 days. So,
wow.
Anything like that, like donating it, or if like a family that might need it or stuff like that, like.
Well, see, that's where I got screwed out here. So in Edmonton, you can't just cook meals for places. You have to be a registered kitchen. Yeah, you have to have there's all kinds of things where, like, I see guys in the States are like, yeah, I cooked a bunch of homeless people. Yeah. I wish I could. We tried this with our shelter downtown.
Yeah.
And the lady straight up, she was like heartbroken. She's like, I honestly can't take this. I actually can't take this. So it's a crazy. So I'm trying to hook it up where I can now with COVID. I can't even do that, but like this Christmas, we were planning on cooking in their kitchen.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do the smoked stuff, but I was still. But even now, forget it. Like it's such a pain just to get in there and do it. Like the safety is crazy. We got to bring Jeff in here.
Yeah.
He disappeared for a second, but when he's ready to come on here, we got to bring Jeffy in here because
no worries.
I love him, Mr. Jeffy Taco. Hey, he's such a sweetheart. He's just, I think he's peeing probably. He comes and goes. Man, I hope Smoke Show happens this year, boys.
What's that?
Yes, 2021.
Fuck, I hope Smoke Show happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
that I think that conversation alone has gotten so many people through. Like it's just like let's go. We're 2021 Smoke Show. We're all gonna get together. We're all gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's just gonna be chaos.
Jeffy, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a party.
Boom!
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffy Taco, there he is.
Hey, what's
Man,
up,
How you doing, baby?
Legend.
Good, man. You?
Jeffrey.
Good evening, guys.
Hey, buddy.
Mike, Jeremy, and Mel. Listen, sharing some magic for you, brother. I thought you would have had your Edmonton jersey on for sure.
I was gonna. I was gonna, but then I was gonna get too hot and whatever it is. You've got some crap on your shirt though.
Well, I know I had wings for dinner.
Oh no, that looks like dog crap to me. Sorry, bud.
Easy. Oh my God. Magic is unfolding. Wow. I told Mike he should wear his, but the Leafs haven't made the playoffs in a long time.
I know.
It's all right. It's all Canadian hockey. That's what counts.
You know what, boys? And I'm sorry to say this, but I had to put new batteries in it.
Oh, there we go.
The Oilers are going to be spitting that thing. I'm going to be buying new batteries for it every month. I'm pumped. That thing's going to be going off nonstop. I'm so excited.
Love it.
Oh, our first game tomorrow with the Canucks. I was like, what? Oh, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. NHL, she's back, baby. She's back.
Yeah.
It's back.
Oh.
Not as exciting, but it's back. It's something to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I have to tell you how I want to use the word devastating, but that's overshooting. But still, having the juniors here in Edmonton,
and not being able to watch
and not being able to go at least to the bar, right? Like downtown would have been packed.
Oh yeah,
for a week.
Yeah,
it would have been. Oh,
I know.
And to know, like those bars are shut down. There's no one even like it's just crazy to think of. So I think we get another round at it. I think that's what happens. We get to shoot it again. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
I think it goes back. I think it goes back to you guys.
Okay, but it just like I don't know. Anytime we've been in the juniors or the Olympics, like they opened our bars up for us at 6 a.m. once.
Wow.
When we were having those super early games.
Yeah.
And we were allowed to drink at the bar at 6 a.m. because Canada was in the Olympics. And I was like, this is how you run a government. Whoever made this decision,
proper business.
That's it. I understand it's unethical, but it's also hockey, so let the people drink. That's
airport rules.
Yeah.
Have you ever got a chance to see them play? The World Juniors?
Oh man. Well, that's the hope, right? Never. I've never seen them.
Really? Twice? Never. Once in Buffalo, bought the package. They lost the gold medal.
Yep.
And then seen them in Toronto, where it was Toronto-Montreal.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that.
I was fortunate enough to get to see that back-to-back. One gold medal. Everybody asked, will you see it again? I've seen it once. That's enough on the heart. You don't need to see it again.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine, man. That's
crazy hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Madwood, I tell you what, man, if the Royal's happening, I'm gonna get in there one way or another. That's I'll get greasy if I have to. I'll slip in there. That's I had an invite
I'd like
to this
to check out
before.
Memphis in May. Memphis in May would be a good time too.
Well, that's the crap thing, man. I had an invite to just about all of it, but it all just canceled one after the other, right? Like I even won a seat in the Texas the World Food Championships.
Oh,
and that one I was like, I'm willing to take a risk to get down there, and they finally pulled the pin. I was
Yeah.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, man. This year I get to go to an Oilers game. I get to get back into the Rippers because I missed the Rippers something fierce, and then I get it on the other side of the border, man. That's it. Even the wife was saying, she's like, "Why do you always have this sad look on your face?" I'm like, I haven't been to the strippers hunt in like 2 years. I'm just saying.
Why
like,
do you walk around the house doing this all
that's it.
Awful.
I feed Elvis's sausages like that now. Just shit across the yard.
You make it rain for Elvis.
Yeah, that's it.
That's magical.
Oh man. Well, you know how it is out here, right? The boys in the trades.
Yeah.
It's something else. Working with
100%.
guys and not being able to go to the bar after, like it's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, definitely a
Yeah.
weird time. Everything's a weird time now.
But Jeff,
Yeah,
we
you
were
guys
talking
just-
about
you guys
making
just
sure we're looking forward to Smoke Show hopefully this year.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
That would be nice.
I tell you what, if I do go to Smoke Show, I am going to bring 1 pound of jerky,
Right.
and I am going to feed the OG Wad jerky in front of everybody until he
Oh
pukes
my,
from it.
oh man. He says me stuff every day. I swear to God, I'm going.
Oh, he's awesome, man. He's awesome. I absolutely love him. But did he ever tell you the story of me with the? So I was like you asked Jer. I was drinking for like 3 days straight before a Smoke Show. I was up till 5:30. Went to bed for an hour, and then I was back setting up. Like, it was deadly. It was so the OG Wad's watching me, and every 2 minutes I go back to the can. Because, like, I blew the seal totally, right? And I'm drinking like a whatever. I'm just having a blast. I'm doing my thing, right? And right away, he's like, I know you're doing like a pound of Coke in there. I know that's what you keep. I'm like, if I was doing Coke, I wouldn't be going into that shitter over there, let me tell you. And he was totally convinced. He's like, you gangster. I'm like, no, I'm drinking my bag off. I have to pee. Like, that's all I'm doing. It was hilarious, man. So now that's his code word is jerky, right? Every time he sees me, he comments something about jerky. And I'm like, there's no jerky. What are you talking about, jerky? You crazy bugger.
He's
a
a
really neat dude, though. He is. When you talk to him, he's got some amazing stories, man.
Yeah, he's a character.
When Gwen went to Ottawa, I couldn't go. I said Gwen was going to go.
Yep.
Gave him his number. She went down to the market. He was doing his thing with his wife and set her right up.
Oh,
it doesn't
awesome.
get better than that. Like, really cool, man. He's a great character.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a very cool cat.
Yeah, definitely.
You definitely get to meet some interesting characters in this barbecue world.
Yeah,
100%.
isn't that the truth?
Yeah, 100%.
Mel being one of them.
Yeah, Mel
Yeah,
El Presidente.
Well, Jer, I remember at the Smoke Show, Gwen and I were standing at the back.
Yep.
And you guys came over, and you're like, what are you doing? I said, well, we're waiting to get in.
Yeah.
You got, the waiting list. And you said, he's with the green team. Come on in. And we came in, man. That's proper. That was proper. That was really cool.
Yeah. No way. No friends of ours are waiting in line.
Yeah.
And then we tried to get you a hat.
Yeah.
And then that
I
didn't
still
work.
got it. Listen, I still got it. And it still got the goddamn tag on it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nobody will buy it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. That was quite the time, man, for sure.
Yeah.
I got to jump in here real quick, say hi to a few people. We got Daddy Dutch Barbecue.
Awesome.
Big Tuna. I saw Big Tuna's in here.
Nice.
Dude.
Awesome. Captain Ron, he's hailing out there from Florida.
Uncle Ron.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love it.
Right on.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
So Jeff, you've been cooking up a storm too. I see on Instagram.
Always days off. Like Mel says, you work in the trades in the sense you get a lot of time off doing the 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
Yep.
All I do on my days off is cook.
Yeah.
And other duties.
Yeah. Did you get up? Have you been up fishing lately or?
No, boat's packed away.
Yeah.
Waiting for the spring.
Yeah.
There's not too much ice around here. We've had maybe 2 dumpings of snow in Niagara, and that's it.
Yeah.
Not much
really
ice.
cold. No,
We're sitting around 24 inches out here.
that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, we have entire parking lots on every lake right now. That's
That's it, eh?
small cities with trailers, the whole 9 yards. It's yeah.
Yeah, but you guys got cold like early in the year, didn't you?
Yeah, it's always sucks.
And it just stayed.
Yeah. Now it's
that's
not
what I
bad
said.
at all. Like I'm not complaining. It's actually been pretty decent other than the few big dumps we had. I'm not complaining, but
No, the cold weather's nice, man. It gets rid of a lot of viruses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah.
Right?
No, for
And Mike,
sure.
do you guys
For
still
sure.
do that Perch Festival up in Aurelia?
Yeah, it runs every year. It didn't
Yeah.
run. It didn't run this year, but yeah,
No.
it's like one of the biggest fishing tournaments around. Like it's
Yeah.
Right on.
it literally just jams our entire little town for
Yep.
the entire weekend. It's just trucks and boats and trailers
Yeah,
everywhere
yeah.
you name it. Yeah, you can't drive across town. Like it might as well be driving through the city.
Yeah,
Like, it
exactly.
takes a
Well, that's
half hour
cool.
to get through town. Yeah, it's good for the businesses.
Are you right in Aurelia, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make
Yeah.
my screen go bigger.
Have you been up there for a while, Mike? Did you grow up there or?
Born and raised.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, never left town.
Oh, that's better.
What
Yeah.
was that? What was that bar across the tracks? What was it called?
On the other side of the river there.
Oh shit! I'm trying to think of I'll think of the name of it. But yeah, there's like the
Are you-
railway
Nice,
track.
Josh.
Are you thinking the Atherley Arms?
I think so. Yeah. I was in there a
Yeah.
couple of times.
Yeah, the one strip club in Aurelia.
I was just about to say, watch Jer. He runs the.
Hey, I was only 16, and they don't ask for ID.
Yeah,
That's it.
sounds
That's it.
about right. Yeah, no, it's long gone now though.
Yeah.
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 Mike, you like the ice fish, right?
Yeah. Yep.
No ice up there, right?
Not there's people out there, but I don't think it's all that great right now.
Yeah.
There's already been people going through the ice and they're out there on the
Seriously?
sleds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not a
Every
big
year.
fan.
Yeah. No, it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always people in the ice. It's I don't know. It's
They
just-
get the itch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get the itch. Well, and then you get people that aren't totally familiar with the area and they start ripping their sleds across the water. And,
Yep.
yeah. Next thing you
true
know, gone. So.
Yeah. Well, our problem is always the ice heaves and stuff, right? And people are driving their sled blind
Yeah.
and then just smoke them like it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You get those
Yeah, you don't wanna hit
tractor
that.
tracks.
No, it's it's a crazy one.
I think Mel would do good at ice fishing. Mel, you got to come next winter. We'll do some ice fishing. Yeah.
Jer, stop it. That's
What?
so me getting a weekend off to go ice fishing. Let me tell you about that.
Okay.
So I have a boat, right? My boat hasn't been wet in 3 years.
What?
That's it. Have you ever seen me off of Instagram for a
I
weekend?
was gonna say you got to get off Instagram, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm not joking, man. It's great. Like this is literally between the family, work, and then this. I haven't gotten the boat wet in 3 years. It's nuts. Like I got to do something this year. My brother-in-law literally texted me today. He's like, Saturday, let's go ice fishing. He's been bugging me for. And I'm like, I don't know if I can.
Take the mini max with you.
What are
Well,
you
that's
cooking
what I-
on Saturday? Octopus or a pig?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
You're cooking something.
Well, that smoke ring challenge is out now, and I'm like, do I dig one out of the vault or do I just hammer out a new one now? I don't know, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Dig it out of the vault. Go fishing, goddammit.
that's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Heck
Smoke
yeah.
some fish out on the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoke
Yeah.
it. Exactly.
Oh,
There you
buddy.
There's a video for you right there, brother. Smoking a fish on the ice shack.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, done.
Yeah. Oh. I hate that I can never convert my temperature to American temperature.
Yeah.
It's I don't know why. It's something in my head blocks it from doing proper calculations. It drives me nuts.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't fathom that either.
Yeah. What is it? So, yeah. So Daddy Dutch was asking what it was like today. Today was 33.8 degrees.
Okay.
T-shirt weather. Total T-shirt weather. It was 1 degree, which was nice. It was no complaints, man. No complaints whatsoever. Yeah. Sunny, no problem.
You wear your shorts in that weather.
I do. The wife hates it, but I'm like, there's a small window where I'll wear jeans in the winter, but it's usually around Christmas and because family. So
it's like from December 24th to January 2nd, Mel wears jeans, right?
Yeah.
That's it. The Christmas zone.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, wow. Right on.
No doubt. Awesome. Well, you guys, thank you very much for popping in here. This has been deadly.
Much
anything you guys want to talk about or anything?
What's everybody's beverage of choice tonight?
I got White Claws and I got Pirate Rum.
There we go.
Yeah.
Jared?
I'm starting off. So here's the thing, Jeff. When you're on these things, I've done a couple of these with Mel. You got to start off light. You got to start off easy.
Goddamn right. I know that.
Yeah. Last time I was hitting it a little hard and I started talking about reverse searing a turkey and it just went downhill from there. So I'm starting off with a Caesar, but I got a little bit of dark rye sitting beside me. I might dip into it in a little bit. So how about yourself?
Oh, just a Sleeman's Clear and a little Cayman Kettle minivan.
Oh, there we go.
Local brewery from around Niagara. So
nice.
Mike, what do you got on tap?
Just a good old Canadian classic Caesar.
There you go.
Nothing fancy.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I love Caesars, man, but that's usually like my Sunday morning drink.
Yeah,
that's a get up and go drink, right?
Yeah, that's my breakfast. The wife, she used to get mad at it, and now she understands. It's when I was younger, I would do that from sun up to sundown, and then back up to sun up, right? And now that I'm older, we got family, we're doing whatever.
Yeah,
right. When it gets later, I'm done. I shut her down. I'll that's it. So if I'm doing day drinking, it's a lot better for everybody because I'm super active and functioning, right? Whereas if I'm doing like late night drinking, I'm sleeping. That's it. So it's worked out pretty good that way. That's
right on.
And the buddies always laugh because they're like, "What's that, brother?"
I said, "How the kids making out? You must be busy."
Non-stop, man. Non-stop. Well, my 6-year-old is back in school today, so it's a bit of a break, bit of a break, which is nice. But yeah.
So you're not homeschooling her anymore?
No. Well, not me. I don't have to do any of that anyway. But
she graduated.
I know where Mike was going with that.
That's. You guys laugh, right? But my buddies are like, I don't want to park my truck out front. Your midget might dwarf off with my rims. That's
Mel's homeschooling consists of like master bartending and
that's it. Yeah.
brisket prep and
that's it. Yeah.
Butcher class 101.
Yeah.
Right on. That's good. You got to teach them young, anyways, right?
Oh, that's it, man. She's a little sweetheart, man. She's doing great. Play a ton of Lego and all that fun stuff. I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
One of the biggest Darth Vader fans I know. You son of a gun. I was going to say son of a bitch, but I'm going to say it anyways. But anytime we're walking around, anything I see Star Wars, I think you and I'm going, holy crap, man. We were in Costco the other day, and they had these they're like Darth Vader, but they're big, giant Pez things with peanuts or something. I'm going, there's Mel. Yeah. There's Mel.
Yep. At our Canadian Tire, we have like one of the biggest Canadian tires in Western Canada, right?
Yeah.
And upstairs in the Lego department, they have a 10-foot Darth Vader statue. I think it's made out of Lego, and it's not for sale. I've tried everything I can do to And they're like, no, we're not. It's not for you. You don't get this. And I'm like, you wait. With my 30-time Canadian Tire money, I'm coming back for this thing.
Slap one of your stickers on it.
Yeah, I love it. The Americans, like, they're like, Canadian Tire. Why are you there buying food equipment? You don't understand Canadian Tire, man. This is where we go for fishing gear. This is where we go for cooking stuff, right?
Everything.
They got a sale on Keurigs at the moment. Like, this is
right.
They're like,
and they used to give you money back.
That's yeah, buddy. That's
they used to give me money back. Now it's all electronic. But wow.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when they released that system, and I had to go in my toolbox and bring my stack.
Yeah.
Right.
I honest to God, I felt like I was like 50 Cent. I was like,
I know.
Here you go, lady. Boom. There you go. And she's like, oh, another one. There you go.
Count these nickels.
Yeah, that's right.
It.
Yeah.
It's funny when you get a stack this big.
Mouth?
No.
Could you? If you tried that in Alberta, Jared, I don't even know. Like, your mom couldn't identify you out of the alley after that, man.
No, you'd be done.
No, you'd be done, man. That's that's one thing. There is a ton of respect for the ladies out here in Alberta. Let me tell you, it's
yeah.
They're.
Mel, getting back to the Canadian Tire, you're walking with a stack like this.
Yeah.
And she gives you the receipt and it says $3.74.
That's it. Yeah.
Man, a lot of 5-cent nickels in there, baby.
Yeah. That's exactly it. That's
right.
But it's still funny. I go back to the stickers you get on the McDonald's cups.
Oh.
And I remember digging through the garbage at work, and someone caught me. And I was peeling the stickers off the cups that were sitting on the top, right? I wasn't digging too deep, but still. Yeah. And then someone was like, they're on for $1 anyway, right? Any size, they were on for $1. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, McDonald's is doing this new thing where coffee's just $1. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And here I was like, there's 2 years of me, like, with no self-esteem whatsoever, right? Like the seagull of the shop, getting these stickers off of all these cups. And then they go and do like $1 a coffee. I was disgusted with myself.
So you rummaged through garbage for McDonald's stickers, but you didn't go through garbage for these stickers?
Oh, buddy. Oh. Yeah. I'm still kicking myself for that, man.
I still love that message. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Gnomes in the house.
The whole Trompo family. There we go. Heck yeah. Gotta love them, man.
Oh, yep. I did Pit Bass Gabe's the gyro mix last night.
Nice.
Yeah, the Dixon's has the rubs in, and they're amazing. All the seasonings I've gotten from Tromba are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No joke, man. That shawarma chicken.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating. I'm not. That rub is amazing on chicken. Yeah. You let it sit for 2 days in a Ziploc. It's
delicious.
Yeah, killer stuff, man. Killer stuff. So we're gonna have to bring Josh in here pretty quick. Yeah, we're just trying to cycle through because we got a couple more people as we go through the provinces. I wanted to get you guys done first though, because you're late over there, right?
Absolutely,
super late.
Past my bedtime here.
That's it. Yeah, I'm just getting mobile now. I'm starting to feel all loosey goosey. That's
oh boy, let go.
I'm not gonna lie. I had 6 before I turned my computer on. So.
Love it.
Thank you guys very much for tuning in, man. Cheers.
Thanks for the invite. Cheers. Thanks
all the best, guys. Stay safe out there, eh?
Yeah, stay safe.
Right on, brother.
We'll see you guys soon for sure.
Yeah, we'll do this again soon for sure. For sure.
Most definitely. Let's get it rolling.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Have a good night, guys.
Cheers, guys. Talk to you soon.
Take care.
Right on. All right, Josh, if you're watching, hit that linky link there. It's fantastic. Yeah. So how you doing, Jer? Doing
good, man. We're warming up here, and we've got Kobe. He's he's chilling beside me. So yeah,
Right
we're
on.
doing good.
Right on. Yeah, this is fun. I like this. This is a good time. This is a good time.
We got a solid showing tonight. We were up to like almost 30, I think, at one point. So we're doing good. A lot of friends are tuning in, so that's good.
This is good. This is good. And I see Darren's in there too, so we'll bring him up in a couple minutes here too.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we got Garth out in BC.
Yep.
I think we'll close out with Garth. He's a sweetheart, man. I can't wait to talk to him. It's been a while since I've been chatting with him. We had him out here one time. He came out with his wife.
Okay.
And we did the pork tomahawks, the pork hops. Yeah, did all of that. It was a good time.
So you done pork hock on the grill?
Well, so pork tomahawks.
Oh, pork tomahawks. I thought you said.
But I call them pork hawks.
Oh,
okay. Hawks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Mel's clever like that. How we doing, Josh?
There we go.
How's it going?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Oh, good, man. I'm living the dream out here in middle of nowhere.
That's it. I love every time you put up videos like walking around your office and stuff, right? I'm like, one day I'm just going to roll in there and you're going to be like, what the fuck is that? There's an H2 sitting on my front lawn. What's happening?
I'll insure the hell out of that H2.
That's it. Oh,
Josh,
buddy.
whatever you do, don't give Mel your home address.
Well, here's the problem, Jer. If you haven't watched too many of my office videos, it's right behind my office. So if you find the office, I live right next door.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh, man.
Oh, there we go. The old Trompo right there out of the gate.
Yep.
Wants to talk about octopus.
There we go.
Okay, Noam. So one thing that I like to do with octopus, I'll blanch it.
Oh.
Right? You can beat it. That helps a ton.
Yeah.
But if you get a rolling boil on like your marinade, and then you drop it in, pull it right back out, and you'll see it start to tighten up. You do that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And then turn your heat down and slowly drop her in.
Oh, okay.
And then let her simmer for a while. That definitely knocks the rubbery out a little bit. Sometimes you're just stuck with rubbery octopus. There's not much you can do about it, but
yeah.
Stuff
it in a turkey.
Yeah. or you could cook it in a turkey, and then it's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mel. You're crazy.
That's Josh. If it was legal for me to cook monkeys, I'd probably.
I know, but
you never know, right? It sucks. So we had a butcher up here that could get anything, Buffalo Valley Meats, but he closed down after COVID and everything. He packed it up. He couldn't make it, so he packed it up. He was able to get me like his list every week was like kangaroo, ostrich, like all kinds of crazy stuff. And he was a funny guy. So he's like, I'm going to fill my freezers full of stuff I never seen before. And the whole time I was like, yes. And then as soon as this Instagram thing picked up and everything else, and now he's gone. So
it's hard to find that stuff. I mean, where I live, I'm so remote. Like I can't get a burger. I can't even get milk sometimes. I got to drive for 3 hours round trip to get milk.
Wow.
So I feel like I'm close to Medicine Hat's an hour and a half away. So that's my grocery stop. So, but like even that, there's nothing like everything. Costco would be the best there.
Yeah.
And I love Costco, but there's nothing like out of the world, you know?
Yeah.
Man. Although, like I say about the octopus, I am not as adventurous as Mel is with his taste buds. I tried it when I was in Mexico at a fancy restaurant down there at our resort.
Yeah.
And oh boy, I had to have a few Studweisers to wash her down. I don't know if they didn't know how to cook it, or if I'm just not used to that texture. The texture just, I couldn't do it. I was sitting at the table going, I might puke right here, and this was before alcohol hit. And I don't know how they cooked it.
If you cook it just right, it's still going to be rubbery, but it cuts.
Oh, okay.
Like your teeth cut through it just fine.
Okay.
It's not chewy.
Yeah.
Like the texture is still rubber.
Yep.
Yeah.
But when you bite it, it cuts and
Yeah, we couldn't bite. Like it was like
then something seriously. I'm no joke. The one I did the other night there,
Yeah.
So I did that in a Greek marinade. That's your Kraft Greek salad dressing.
Yep.
And then you double up the garlic, add lemon juice, and then I've got a Scotch bonnet Jamaican hot sauce right from the Cool Running, so it's straight up from Jamaica.
Yeah.
We dumped that in there, so it had the hot with the Greek savory. You had that citrus from the lemon juice.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And then you roll it over the fire like that. It gets that crispy outer edge. Oh,
funny story about the Jamaican bobsled team. My wife's dad actually was their host at the '88 Olympics.
Oh, that's cool.
that is awesome, man. That is
where they were from originally. And he's got all of his jackets, the '88 Olympics with all this stuff on. Cool little Chinaman. He's awesome.
Yeah, that's so awesome, man. I remember the '88 Olympics quite well.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, for sure.
I was 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how old I was like 6, I think, or 7. I don't know, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
remember.
crazy.
But yeah, I was a little guy. That was my dad still has the cups from Esso.
No way.
Yeah, the gold Canada. Yeah. It was a big deal. If you fill your car, you get a gold rim cup from the '88 Olympics. It's fine china now. When it comes out, you're like, yeah. That's it.
So, Mel, what are you drinking now? I know you had a claw. And are you drinking bamboo?
The bamboo. It's gone now. Now we got to go with this one.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Have you tried the black bottle too? I assume.
Yeah.
I haven't had either, but my local liquor store just brought them both in. So I'm gonna go pick one up in the next week or so. I want to try them.
So this one has hints of banana.
Okay.
Which is quite nice. It's the black one, not so much. If you're gonna go, I would start with the clear one.
Okay.
The black one is not nearly as good as the clear one.
And are you mixing it with Coke and press, or how are you doing it?
Diet Coke, you can press it, but I go 4 fingers and then Coke.
That's 4 fingers Coke or 4 fingers?
Yeah.
No, four fingers and then Coke, whatever fits in the glass. That's
just for coloring.
That's it. Oh, where's Kenbo? Kenbo's in the house. Fantastic.
Here we go.
He's a sweetheart.
He's the jerky man.
With the puppies, that guy, man. He's a sweetheart. I love it. Oh, what a fantastic night this is. We're about to go into hockey.
Yeah.
Right?
Tomorrow.
I'm so pumped. This is the tough one. Like, I want to go to the bar so bad. I want to go to Boston Pizza. I want to order 3 schooners right now and give me 100 wings. And I'm sorry. Here's 20 for the cleanup. I'm already sorry. And that's
Before I start with the schooners at Boston Pizza, I always like to start with a fish bowl. Give me a fish bowl of something with whiskey in it, and then let's go to the schooners, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. The wife gets so mad. So back before this COVID stuff, we'd be going, say, grocery shopping, and we'd have to hit the Home Sense or something, right? And I'd always, because it's her thing. When she was a teenager, they would go to Boston Pizza, so they have the Bandera pizza bread and stuff, and she's a sucker for it, right? So I'll always throw it out there well, let's just take the kids to Boston Pizza real quick, and then and she always forgets that I'm ordering a schooner as soon as I get there. And then as soon as we get there, she's like, oh, wait, you're drinking? Right? And she gives me that face. I'm like, well, what else are you going to do at Boston Pizza? She's like, the list of other stuff you said we were going to do. Meanwhile, the whole time I'm like, schooner.
Isn't a schooner the size of it's basically a pitcher of beer, right?
It's like a tall, frosty glass, this big.
At some old school pubs, it definitely is a pitcher of beer.
Yeah, man.
But they also price on schooners is unreal, though.
That's the thing, right? It's the same price as a pint.
Yeah.
They're like, well, if you're a dickhead and you're going to drink this, then I guess we're going to give it to you for the same price. And I'm like, I am that dickhead. It's noon. The wife is mad. I'll take 2. Fantastic. That's it.
If I have to put it with shopping, I want to be a little bit inebriated. Let's call it what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
So this show is called After the Cook. So did you guys cook tonight then?
I did not. The wife did actually today.
Yep. So did mine.
Yep. Yeah. I got off pretty easy today. That's
me too. And my wife even took the little boy to hockey. So we're still allowed to practice. We can't play, but they're allowed to practice in their bubble. So,
yeah.
Which is good for the kids. We're really lucky. Like a lot of I don't think Alberta is allowed to use their ice where we are. Just we can't. Only 8 kids on the ice, and we can't do drills where there's contact.
Oh, okay.
Just a lot of rules, but at least it's better than nothing, and the kids have something to look forward to every week, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
We've been so like our daughter was in Girl Guides.
Yep.
And then they switched to like virtual, whatever, and it's like it's almost impossible to do.
Yeah.
Everything is now like it's crazy the amount of swimming, right? Like I am dying to get back to a pool. I haven't been in a pool for like a year now.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is like we need to get back into a pool of some kind.
A swimming pool?
Yeah. Yeah, like we put Emily in all the swimming classes and stuff like that, which means I get to sit in a hot tub for an hour and a half while it's a good time. Like it makes sense. But
I was gonna say, like you strike me as someone that could do a pretty wicked cannonball too.
I do. I do the jerk move. Everyone I wait until the little kids are sitting there with the floaties out on the outer edge, and then I just like
comes out with the arm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't mind at all. It's
boys, the weekend is approaching. We're halfway there.
Yeah.
It's going to be Wednesday tomorrow. Do you already have meals planned, or is this something that comes up Thursday, Friday? Let me know. How do you do that? Or is every week different?
One of my game strategies for this is the smoke ring challenge.
Right.
So I've had a few tags on the smoke ring challenge now, and I'm thinking, do I pull one out of the vault? Or do I throw down a whole new one? And that's always fun, right? It's always a fun thing. So I was going to go old school on a brisket just for the smoke ring, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's the wife always gets mad because she's like, "You're going to write a day off for a brisket?"
Yeah.
And yes, we would, honey. Yes, we will.
This is the same guy that does the schooner for shopping. Just saying.
I know. I think my wife, she's realized during COVID that I've been able to cook whatever I want. Because, I mean, we're busy people. All of our family lives either in Calgary or her uncle has just a beautiful lake a cabin on a lake in BC.
Yeah.
And he lets us come out every once in a while. He doesn't actually like us, but he loves my kids.
Yeah.
So, we're never home in the summertime and fall and whatnot. And so, but this year I've been home all the time. And she's like, do you know that our like monthly meat budget has like quadrupled? I'm like,
true.
Briskets ain't free, honey. I do cook. Last year I cooked, I think it was 169 briskets in 2019.
Yeah. Oh, it's
that's a good point, right? With this whole COVID thing, I think it's caused us to plan a little bit further ahead, but it's how do you keep it interesting, right? Like it's like like I was talking to Big Mike was on earlier, like we both picked up, like in Ontario, they had like a whole pork legs on sale for like $1.20 a pound. So I've got one in the fridge. He just did one last week or just the last few days on the weekend. But yeah, it's like, how do you keep it interesting, right? And I think that's the challenge is, what do you want to do next? Like, okay, you can only cook steak so many times.
Yep.
And, how many tomahawks am I going to cook or how many briskets? And it's really about trying to keep it interesting, but it's tough. But it's because we're all cooking, right? We're all cooking even more than we ever did, right? From being at home. So
one thing I'm finding is I'm kind of like, you almost get like inspired a little more because you're watching people kind of go out of the box on different things.
Yes.
And I'm just noticing more and more people doing like simple things, which actually are sometimes the most amazing. And you're like, wow, they just threw that pizza together like that and just did that. Like the whole tortilla thing where guys are slicing and then putting this, and then like origami folding it and then hot flash frying it. I'm like, well, I'm going to try the shit out of that. I might do 12 different variants of that this weekend. I don't know. Why not?
Yeah.
It costs like 10 cents a piece and I'll make a pizza one, a breakfast one, a lunch one. Like,
yeah, totally.
And at the same time, all of us are the same. We're just feeding ourselves and our family.
Yeah.
Like I do the odd catering thing. And when I post that, it's, it's like a picture of 12 hams or something or whatever. never anything specific. It's just like you always want to promote your brands that you love. Mine would be Traeger, so it's always like, you know, I fit 12 hams in these 2 Traegers, and you just want to promote them the best way you can. Like, these cook great, yada yada. But when you're cooking your own, it's like you can kind of put your flair on, or your wife's flair. You can go from like taking a brisket. I want to do a jerk brisket. That's my thing.
That'd be cool.
Really, I've got amazing jerk seasonings and a marinade. But then it's kind of like, you know, my briskets are like $90, and I'm like, God, no, I spend $90 on something that might not be great.
Yeah, totally.
I'll tell you from experience. Do a sirloin roast.
Okay.
See, and I know you're a lot like me. You prefer the classics, stay the classics.
Yeah.
Right? When you start going too far out of your lane with those foods, they become different foods.
Yes.
And then you're like, I just took a brisket and turned it into something else. Yeah. And that's so I did the jerk pork butt the other day.
Right.
Or pork shoulder. Right. I did it over the rotisserie. It was phenomenal, right? I wish that there was a way I could have done that where it wasn't pulled.
Right.
Pulled is fine, but you could do a classic pulled pork.
Yeah.
And then splash marinade in it.
Yeah.
So you do this whole cook, the whole intricate thing to make it taste this way, when quite literally you could have just at the end and still had a classic pulled pork. Now it's only good for a few things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas
you go too far out of the way, and it becomes one of those things where it actually just didn't pan out at all. Made a cool post, but really, in all honesty, the post is my least favorite part of all this. My favorite part is this. Mel reached out to me and being like, "Hey, do you want to come on the show later?" I'm like, "Oh my, I don't even know how. I don't have my internet. I'm not even sure if I was Googling today. Can I even stream?" Like, I'm like, Google, like this. Our internet out here with SaskTel in rural is awful. Like, I can only watch Netflix certain hours of the day because other hours doesn't work.
Yeah. No, this is awesome. You're coming in crystal clear.
I love all the Saskatchewan stories, man. So Gryba was looking for pork belly a little while ago. And I started digging around, and I used Dookie because Duke knows all of the butchers in Saskatoon, right?
Yeah. Duke's on here.
Yeah, he was on. Yeah, he might still be serious. Yeah.
Hey, Duke.
So I was hitting Duke up to give me a hand, finding Gryba some down pork belly for him to turn into bacon. And don't you think the 2 butcher shops that had it already cured it?
Oh, no. Shoot.
And I was like, dude, you're going to have to go to Costco. And he's like, I don't want to go to Costco. I'm trying not to. I said, well, you guys are too crafty out there, and they're already halfway through the process. So I don't know what to tell you. That's...
You know, that is the truth. Like, in Medicine Hat is no different. If I go, the only places that have it not cured, if I go to local butchers, they're all cured already. All the guys you want to support, they already cured them. But like Costco, Superstore, and Walmart in Medicine Hat all carries pork belly, but they're all big box stores. And so if you're trying to get away from that, you really can't.
Yeah.
I'm super lucky. There's a farmer just north of town here, like 5-minute drive. He's become a really good buddy of mine. And so if I go help him butcher, and this year so far, we've butchered 4 cows, 2 bison, 2 moose, a couple elk, a couple deer, and about 15 pigs in the last 3 months.
Wow.
If I help him, I just get whatever meat I want. So if we made 1,000 pounds of sausage, and I say 100 pounds, he just gives it to me. If I say I want this, he just, and I mean, if I say I want the pork belly, we're not putting that in the sausage, he'll just leave them for me, wrap them up, put them in the freezer, and they're mine. I'm so fortunate that way. Yeah. It's a lot of work, but like, I know if Mel had the opportunity, he would love the hell out of that. Like, I just know you.
This is the thing. My wife hates game. My wife hates venison. So all my buddies that have deer and whatever, I help them process. Yeah. And then I don't even have the freezer space anyway. And that's the thing. And they totally get it when they come here and they're like, well, I still have, some decent roasts or whatever. And then they look in the freezer and there's 6 briskets jammed one after the other in the freezer already. I'm like, and they look at me, they're like, I get it. Okay, I get it. Like, it's when you're far surpassed the storage for new shit. Like, oh.
The only thing that is awesome is like our kids and our families that we cook for all the time, man, they get to come up with some amazing food. Like, I mean, I screw up food like everybody does. Not everything turns out.
Yeah, for sure.
Having people like you guys in my back, like if I reached out to either of you, I know you guys would help me. If I saw something on your page, Jer, and I saw you rock, I know if I reached out to you, you'd be like, yeah, and I'll tell you exactly.
Yeah, likewise, absolutely.
You need to know how I did it. And Mel, I know you've already done that for a lot of people. But like having people like you and Chad Ward, literally, which is crazy. Like he'll just like, I'll be like, hey man, I saw that. What do I do? And he'll call me. He'll be like, hey man, you can't mess this up. You cooking for your dad? Your dad deserves better, Schmaltzy. He's like, you do this. And so he'll tell me what to do. And that's actually my favorite part of the whole social media thing. Because social media is actually kind of like a disaster lately. Like it's caused more problems than it has good. However,
there's a lot of drama.
Yeah. If you can stay away from that and just kind of separate that, there's amazing people and things and relationships. And it's awesome. Like Mel, I saw you down at Dixon's Smoke Show and whatnot. Like, I mean, had it not be for like Instagram and you posting and meeting all these people, that experience probably never would have happened.
No, like, that's the big part for me. It's not even the doors that open, but it's the experiences.
Yeah.
And the friends that you meet that you never would have otherwise.
I'll give back every knife I've been sent or barbecue rub for the amazing experiences and the guys I've met. I mean, like I've made lifelong friends, I'm sure. I mean, it's only been 3 years, but I talk to them every day, some of these people, and text and message, send stupid pictures back and forth.
It's like I love when Mel comes to visit. It costs me a band because I literally have to burn the bed after he leaves. But I love when he comes to town.
No joke, Josh. So he's got like a few levels in his house, right? The first night I'm there, he wakes up in the morning. I'm a early riser, right? Whatever. He comes, looks outside of his French doors, and I'm in my robe smoking a cigar on the front deck.
Like 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and I'm looking right at all of his neighbors, and all of his neighbors are out and staring at me. And he's like, great. The whole property value is just totally diminished because and I'm like, you've got such friendly people here, Jer. Like, this is where I'm from, we got pine trees. So this is really cool. This is
all my neighbors are dead. I'm surrounded by empty houses that had people. Like so I'm like, Mel, but Mel, you missed your golden opportunity. That was your opportunity to be like, shitter's full and just start.
Oh, totally. It was a total cousin Eddie moment. Yeah, no, for sure.
His wife was laughing. She's like, of course he brought that fucking robe. I'm like, well, what? I live in this thing. Like, it's not just a show. It's not just a shtick. Like, why would I put on clothes if I don't have to? I literally have a blankie that I live in. It stinks of bourbon, cigars, and like a good smoked brisket. Why would I not want to be?
Can we get on the whiskey talk? I know. Do you drink whiskey as well, Jer?
Yeah. I've got a pretty extensive collection. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm new to whiskey. This is my first year I've ever drank whiskey, but I've become so hooked that it's actually like mind-numbing. And my wife's pretty sure we're gonna file for grade 1 bankruptcy pretty soon.
Yeah.
But, so I'm trying to try some Canadian brands of whiskeys now and whatnot, just because I love Danger Cats.
Yeah, buddy.
There we go, Governor of Givener.
There you go,
Terry, baby.
Boom.
I want to know for Canadian brands of whiskey, like my absolute favorite whiskey right now is anything Alberta Premium makes is actually awesome. Like they're 20 years unreal. Their cask is it won the best whiskey in the world 2 years in a row. However, I just found some 40 Creek here, super rare. The Resolve and the better. Have you guys tried them? I have not.
I hear. So excuse me for 1 sec, guys.
Let Jeremy take you down to school here.
Mel, you're a whiskey guy too, though. Have you had any of the 40 Creek stuff?
I'm not a 40 Creek fan. Jeremy has an entire cold cellar for whiskey.
So if you make it a bottle, what would you be drinking, Mel, then?
Me?
Yeah, like, what's your favorite whiskey bourbon?
Well, bourbon. That's the bourbon I
Okay. Yep. I understand.
I'm all over the place.
Bourbon's great. All bourbons are good. That's what I understand.
It depends what I'm doing with it. If it's going to be an old fashioned, then I'm like a Basil Hayden or something. If it's straight, then I want to see something like an E.H. Taylor. They all do different things. They all.
Have you tried that also? One now? That's a really
the dark rye is nice. Yeah. Yep. That one I have to cut with a bit of Coke though. I put a little splash of Coke in there. I don't like it.
So this one here, 40 Creek. So that's the first one. So every year he's come out with a limited edition. So this was his first one. I think it was in 2009. So actually, John Hall is the guy that started it. So he started out as a wine guy and then converted into a whiskey guy. Okay. So I ran into him and he signed it for me. So this bottle, at the time, they only made 6,000 bottles. So funny enough, I found this in Edmonton. So I talked to him. No, it was 2011. So I think they came out in 2009, 2010, this particular bottle. So I got talking to him one time and he's like, yeah, you're not going to find it anywhere. So like you, once I get hooked on something, so I literally started in Vancouver and worked my way. And actually, funny enough, I got to Edmonton and I phoned this liquor store in Edmonton and they're like, yeah, we've got 2 bottles. I go, okay, here's my American Express card number. Can you ship them to me? He's like, well, we don't ship inter-province, blah, blah, blah. So the company I work for, I phoned one of my colleagues that lives in Edmonton and said, can you go to this liquor store, pick it up for me? I'll pay you for it, ship it to me. So that's what she did. She sent it to me. I should have bought both of them, but I only bought one of them, and which was stupid on my part. So I hooked up with John a few weeks later, and he signed it for me. So every year I've ordered the same bottle number. So it's bottle 1276, and I've got him to sign a whole bunch of them for me. So this one is about $2,500 that they retail for. Like if you can find it, like they're just, like I paid 80. I didn't even pay for it because the lady I got it from wouldn't charge me for it. I sent her, like, long story, I sent her an edible arrangement to thank her. But so like, they're like signed by the owner who's now retired and sold it to like some European, conglomerate. So they'll basically, they're like, that's $2,500. So I'll never open it. Like I'll never open.
I will next time I'm in there.
Mel, let's go for a little summer vacay.
So when Mel comes, I lock it up and hide it. So
as soon as I walk in there, I was like, "Why you keep moving bottles to wherever you're moving? What are you doing?"
You got a lot of gun safes in your basement.
Yeah, totally.
Here, Jeremy's moving bottles back and forth, and I'm doing shotguns in front of the.
A guy that guns there's a lot of gun safes.
Yeah. I'm a big 40 Creek fan. I'll be honest with you, they kind of pissed me off this year, and I know it was COVID, but I think that was a bit of an excuse because what you could do every year is you could go online for like a week, 2 weeks, and order this. You could reserve the bottle numbers. So for the last 9 years, I've got the exact same bottle
1276 or whatever.
Yeah, every year. So this year, you can't do that. It's like, fuck. Like I've worked all these years to make sure I get the right bottle number, and so it kind of pissed me off. But they do produce a really, really good whiskey. Like there was one they came out with 2 years after this one, I think, where they finished it in like port barrels.
Yep.
So I read about really nice, like really, really smooth. But yeah, no, they're a lot of fun. Like I like to try. Like the thing for me is I love whiskey. Like I'm Scotch. I'm trying to get more into Scotch, like single malt.
I'm struggling.
It's an acquired taste, but like
peat moss.
Yeah, some of it's pretty deadly, but rye whiskey, bourbons I've gotten more into. So the last couple of years I've been down to Nashville for a week.
Oh yeah,
doing like the whole barbecue tour. So one of the guys down there, Peg Leg Porkers, he does his own bourbon, and he finishes it on the oak, like the charred oak from his smoker. Yep. It's amazing bourbon. Like it
sounds amazing.
Yeah, mix it with a little bit of ginger beer, and it's an awesome drink. But like I'm a big rye guy. Any different types I try to find stuff. The other one too is if you can get a hold of any different types of Irish whiskeys. Yep. Irish, like the triple distilled copper pot. Like I've got one here. This one they bring into Canada. It's called Green Spot.
Yep.
So it's a really, really good Irish whiskey. If you can, they bring it in. I think they make about 10,000 bottles a year, and they bring in a few cases to Canada. and it's about $100 in Ontario for a bottle. But if you can find one of those, it's a really, really nice smooth whiskey too.
What does that equate out west, Mel? About $6,000?
Yeah, that's 2 fingers. Yeah, you're paying 2 fingers. That's
yeah. But yeah, no, but Canadian Club, like Alberta Springs, they came out with one that won a big award, but we can't get it in Ontario. I've got a few Alberta Springs. Alberta Springs, I think, came out with one. It was diamond filtered. It was like a 21-year-old whiskey. It was amazing. I scored 2 bottles of it. So now if I find something I really, really like, I always make sure I buy 2 bottles, one to hold on to and one to drink.
Yep.
But it was like I think it's called Derringer or something. I've got a bottle of it in my vault, but it's like Derringer 21 or something. It's a really, really smooth whiskey too. So
I think that diamond filtered was used through Dan Aykroyd's brewery.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Because Dan Aykroyd had the corner on that with the Skull vodka.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And they were doing those huge pipes of diamonds. And he was the only guy doing them for a while. And people were trying to get into his filtration system because he had, I don't know, it's Dan Aykroyd, right? How do you...
Yeah.
Somehow he got into like a sea can of diamonds and then it was like, I'm going to filter vodka with this.
Yeah,
this is what I'm going to do.
I mean, celebrities got it. I mean, if I was a celebrity, what would you like to invest your money in?
Yeah, why not?
For sure.
I remember when I was a kid watching MTV Cribs, and I forget which guy it was, one of the big rap stars, but he had a nurse shark in his garage, to where he parked his cars. And I'm a huge fish fan.
Yeah.
Where he parked his cars, he had a nurse shark, and he's like, once a week, for no reason at all, I go and I buy the most beautiful goldfish I can find just to drop into this motherfucking tank. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do right there. That's, I don't care about nothing else. I'm going to have the coolest, like, I'm going to be, right, Dr. Evil. With the, I got a shark with a laser beam, and that's what we're doing today. We're
hashtag financial goals.
That's it. Everyone else is like, how should I invest this? And I'm like, a shark. You need to get a shark. That's your
cupboard doors are falling off your kitchen. No, I'm gonna buy a shark. I'm gonna get a shark tomorrow.
Yeah. There is no reason to invest your money if you don't already have a shark. So let's start with the shark, and this is how I sell shit to my wife all the time. This is we should probably think about our future. I'm like, yeah, that's tomorrow. Let's buy some shit today.
Well, you know what? We're not really promised tomorrow, so
that's right.
Well, with this whole new thing, man. Holy crap! This is something else. Like my poor Amazon has just been
my poor MasterCard, Visa, America.
Yeah.
Every card I have is sweating.
Yeah,
it's doing like sniper attacks on my phone now for like the most random shit you can imagine. Today came up stainless steel hardware for someone hanging a hammock in their house. Why is that directed at me? What was I looking for that I need this kind of stuff? But as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's pretty good hardware.
You gave it some thought.
Yeah, that's right away. I was like, it's a long shot, Amazon, but I think you might have hit it on the nail in the head, and that's I don't even know why, but now I feel like I should invest in this
hammock before, but now I want to.
Yeah. That's
well, the other day the Amazon guy stopped by the house, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know I ordered it. And he goes, no. He goes, I don't have anything on my truck. I just wanted to make sure you guys were okay. He's like, I didn't have anything. I just wanted to make sure you guys were safe. Like, yeah, we're good.
That's awesome. That's
too funny, man.
Oh. Well, we got it. We got another one we're bringing in now.
Okay, cool.
There he is. So now we're going to do Garth Outdoors from BC.
Heck yeah.
All the way out from BC. Boom! Garth, how you doing, baby?
How's it going?
The man.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Good.
Right on. Right on.
Hey, Garth.
Garth. I had the pleasure of having Garth and his wife over for dinner once. They were sweethearts. They were very nice. They left a bottle of vodka here.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I can ask for. That's
from Alberta.
Yeah, that's the stuff. It's good times. Oh, what a beautiful night. How you doing, Garth? What
Good.
time is it there? It's like
7:20.
oh, you're so lucky.
God bless you.
Yeah,
7:20. You have
yeah.
like 10 more hours to be up.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Vancouver, it's crazy.
You could deal with 40 mils of rain if you wanted it too.
No, thank you. Although the farmers would love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
We're in the heavy rainfall warning right now.
So what is that exactly? Because you guys don't have to switch your snow tires. I can't.
No.
Yeah.
What are snow tires?
Yeah, that's all my cousins. They live in Maple Ridge,
Yeah.
all through Abbotsford or whatever, in through there, Poco, right? And yeah, it's crazy. It drives me bananas when I hear that. They're like, oh, if it snows 2 more times, I'll have to switch the tires over on my car. I'm like, what? That's stupid. Like it's.
I couldn't even back out of my driveway for a month.
Josh, I drive a Hummer with mutters. Like I don't even care. There's 3 feet of snow. They're like at work. They send everybody home for a snow day, and then they're staring at me. They're like, well, I guess you can leave too. Yeah, that's yeah.
It's funny, like my wife's a city girl from Calgary, but then I married her and she moved out here. And now, so since moving out, we moved out here in 13, so it's been 8 years going on now. She's like, so I don't have a vehicle. I don't own one because I work right beside where I live. And so she's got a vehicle, and I bought her a brand new truck almost 4 years ago now. And so I'm like, we should get a second vehicle because kids are getting into sports and like life's getting a lot busier. And when my wife goes for groceries, which is a 3-hour drive, I'm stuck out here. I'm like, I should have a second vehicle. I'm like, maybe we'll get a car, something good on fuel, something. She's like, I ain't driving nothing but a truck. I'm like, okay, done. Let's get ourselves a new truck. I'm like, I'm in. Let's go. So we're getting 2 pickup trucks, and my fuel bill's gonna bankrupt me if my whiskey doesn't. So
yeah, that's the way she goes, man. That's yeah. I hate being that dick. Everyone looks at the Hummer; it's supercharged, right? So it's an H2 supercharged, and they're looking at it and they're like, "What's the gas in that thing?" And I'm like, "Half full." What do you want? Like, what do you? And that's the thing. What you think I'm going to drive a Kia? Like, could you imagine me in a Kia? Like, that's no.
It just makes no sense. Yeah.
It's not going to work. It's just I have like a full bucket reclining couch right now. That's what I need. Is just that crazy. It's
Mel's either driving a Hummer or the new Ford Bronco without a top on it. Okay,
as soon as I saw that thing, I was like, "Oh, I hate Fords except for the Mustang. I hate Fords."
You really?
And I do. Yeah, I can't help it. I'm a Chevy guy, so it is what it is.
Yep.
But then I saw the Bronco, and I was like, "You guys did this right with the grill. Everything was just perfect on it." And I of all the things that they could have done, they did the Bronco. I was like, I would totally drive one of those.
Oh, me too. And I want to get OJ to sign the bumper.
That was the first meme I saw. They were like, "You want a commercial? Just drive one of these with a bunch of cruisers behind it, and like you sell all of them right now." Like that's.
They shouldn't even have given it any other color but white.
That's
it. An OJ white. They call it OJ white.
Yeah. I remember the first time Mel came to Toronto, we picked him up for a smoke show. So he was like flying in and he was going to take a ride downtown. And I'm like, no, I'll pick you up at the airport. So I'm picking him up at Pearson. So Pearson, Toronto is a busy airport to start with, before COVID, of course. So we're sitting, so I park in like away from the parking lot, away from the airport, sorry. And I said, Mel, like text me when you get outside. So he texted me, he goes, okay, Tabs, I'm outside. I go, okay, where are you? He goes, I'm between pole 9. No, he goes, I'm between pole 10 and 8. I'm like, okay, you're at pole 9. Yeah, between 8. Yeah. So anyways, I pull up and it's fucking packed. There's cars everywhere, right? So I see Mel off in the distance, and he's got the mullet going, he's got the shirt going, and there's a guy standing right beside him in a suit, right? So I go, here's my chance. So I just bought a new truck. I rolled down the windows and I just cranked the radio, and it was like some sort of White Snake song or something, right? So I roll up and there's Mel, and he's like, "Hey, man." And he jumps in the truck and we take off, and all I can see is this guy in the suit going, "What the hell just happened?" It was hilarious.
It was so weird, man. As soon as I got off the plane in Toronto, everyone was like, everybody was like, what just got off? What is it? I'm like, there's 20,000 other people here. Why are you staring at me? Like, what is this? This is, everywhere I went was just crazy. It was stuck out like a sore thumb out there, let me tell you. That was...
And some guy picked up his White Snake blaring on his radio.
It was so good, man. Big old GM just sped up, slammed the brakes on. I was like, let's go. Yeah, it was deadly. It was a good time. That smoke show was awesome, man. I hope this happens again. Josh, Garth, you guys got to make it out. If smoke show happens, whatever you got to do, get out there.
Yeah,
it's on my list. It is. If it happens here, I'm going. I'm got to take the wife though. That was the only deal. Any vacation I go on in 2021, she's coming because she needs to get out of this house as much as I do.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
She may not. It's a good time. Smoke show, but she'll end up shopping downtown somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. It was such a blast last year. It was so good. I don't know what anything's going to be like this year. It's going to be a bit weird, but whatever. I'll take whatever I can get at this point.
Oh yeah.
Everything's weird. Like nobody knows what to plan. I mean, it's January, but nobody knows what January 20th is going to bring or February 1st. Like,
yeah, I know. March is my birthday week, so I've got some things planned for that. I'm very excited.
When's your birthday, Mel?
March 9th.
Okay, I'm a March guy too.
Yeah, that window there, it's going to be going to do some kind of shenanigans. I don't know what. It's the big 4-0.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's
so
I don't know.
I don't know. There's no Vegas, so
we're
going
to
have to get
Vegas to Mel.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, if I get there 15 days prior, technically I can quarantine in your basement, then hang out with you.
There you go.
That's it. Yeah, I've got a doctor that really likes briskets, and I was told that I can get those rapid tests like nothing. That's
Mel's got the hook up.
It helps. It helps to know people that like barbecue. Let me tell you, the weirdest.
He has the thickest fingers I've ever seen.
You want your watch back? Hold on. Jeez.
I never owned a Rolex before. Oh shit!
Yeah, that's a good time, man. Good time. Yeah, that's. So Garth, what's new? What's happening? How you doing?
We're just rain out here.
That's it, eh?
Nothing but rain.
Catching trout on the front lawn. That's
yeah, seriously. There's a river running down the main street in town right now.
Jeez, eh?
Like how much is down?
They're saying we're gonna have 90 mils this week or today.
Wow,
24 hours.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Can your guys' houses, sewer, all that handle all that type of rain? It's used to that?
Yeah, it's normal.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
My whole town would flood.
What was that?
My whole town would flood with that.
Oh, yeah, river won't even come up much after that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No snow. We haven't seen snow since December, so.
Well, I know my cousin, she texted me the one day she got snowed in, and it was really bad. And then the next day I was like, so how was it? She's like, it's all melted. It's all gone. I was like, oh, okay. So
they shut schools down for snow, and then it's gone the next day.
Yeah. I was like, sorry about your crappy day. I got to go shovel again. Yeah. That's.
Sorry, Garth. Whereabouts are you in Vancouver? Like BC,
We're
right?
An hour east of Vancouver.
Okay. Cool.
So, it was a little town. Now it's big, but
is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So the suburbs now almost.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, I spent a week in Vancouver a couple times. My wife and I did the Alaskan cruise, so we did like Vancouver to Vancouver, and we came in a few days early, stayed a couple extra days. It's a beautiful city.
Yeah. Yeah. It has that going for it.
It's expensive. The traffic's brutal there.
Yeah. It is brutal. We don't understand that you have to build a highway for cars to travel down it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I had to pick up a couple things at Walmart of all places before the trip, and like before we got on the cruise, and it was like 10 kilometers away, and it was like 45 minutes. I was like, what?
The only time you can go to the city is early in the morning.
Yeah, for sure.
So
That's insane. I have 209 people that live in my town.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have 209 people at the max by my house right now.
Yeah,
We don't even have a store. We don't have anything. My office is one of 4 businesses in all of town.
Wow.
That's crazy, man. I love that shit, but it's crazy. Like, I can't even. Me and the wife were talking about that. So her family is from Newfoundland. She was born here in Alberta, but her family's from Newfoundland. We went and visited last year, the year before. Amazing country, man. Just everything is just perfect there. Yeah. It reminds me a lot of the West Coast, out on the island there. I've got family out there too. I would move there in a heartbeat, but my first concern is like, what are the prime delivery like?
Yeah.
Like, tell me about the post op. What am I getting?
How much is brisket a pound?
Like all of the crazy things that you don't think would equate to. So we're out there, and I'm looking at everything, and it's all weighing heavy on me. These weird things like that. It's nuts. It's nuts to me that you can't get like normal food sometimes. It's just what's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, Mel, you said your freezers are stacked full. I mean, I've got 4 freezers and an entire walk-in cold storage room in my basement, full of canned goods and stuff we've made. Like we'll make, I don't know what it is, 100 jars of salsa, 100 jars of pickles, 50 jars of pickled eggs. Like we just do that because you have to, because if you need it or want it, we cannot go buy it. Like our nearest place, there's a small town about a round trip hour and 20.
Wow.
And we could get a little bit there, a little more than we have here. But if we need to go to a grocery store, we're looking at a 3-hour round trip to Medicine Hat, Alberta. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy, man. That's
so. But when you literally, like, I was born in this town, like 3 kilometers north of where I am now is my parents' acreage. Yeah. And, you're just so used to it. Like my mom had freezers. My mom's got 4 freezers right now. She's always had 3 to 4. We've always had a cold storage. We've always had, bags of chips. We have 100. Because you can't just go buy them. So we have a stockpile of everything, and it becomes the norm. But I know my wife, when I brought her out here, that was like, she's like, what the hell did we buy 40 boxes of chocolates and 100 bags of chips for? I'm like, you're going to get into the city for a whole nother 60 days.
Yeah. I love it, man.
But
if it makes you feel any better, we haven't had chicken in the grocery store for 2 weeks, and I can hit chicken barns with a rock from here. So
no way.
Yeah, no chicken.
What the heck?
Yeah, I wonder why. Just supply and demand, or just
I don't know if people are worried about getting locked down again or what.
Well, apparently in Medicine Hat, the bottled water and the toilet paper I just read today is like, you got to call ahead and save your shitter paper. Like, okay, guys, let's be honest. If there's a pandemic and we get locked down to the point where they do what they did in China for a month, they literally they police the streets. Like if you left, you were either shot or like, I mean, it was bad. Like there was a couple, like my wife's family's from there and whatnot. And it was crazy.
Yeah.
And if shitter paper is your biggest, craziest, like wildest thing, and you got to, dude, dude, you got to stop eating chili. Just deal with your issues, because shitter paper is not what's going to save you in the end. Like, I mean, I'll tear up some shirts. Traeger sent me a few. If I rip off a few sleeves, I'll show the muscles, I got, the shitter paper is last on my list of worries. I got a lot of socks.
I got a lot of socks. I was just gonna say, yeah.
No joke. When this first lockdown kicked in, the wife started laughing when people were telling her about the toilet paper thing.
Yeah.
Because I had 3 or 4 bundles from Costco already from like a year before.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, the wife was like, "Did you always keep like 4 whole bushels ahead for toilet paper?" And I'm like, "Hun, I'm 300 fucking pounds and I cook 4 briskets a week. Of course I keep 4 bushels of toilet paper just in case. Like, what do you want?" And she just started. So then she pulled them all out and took a picture for her friends. And her friends was like, "Oh, typical hoarding, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "Actually, Mel bought these a year before COVID, just so you know." Like, we're
fucking deteriorating already. She bought them so long.
like, it is what it is, right? But, like, we're ready over here. We've always been, it is what it is.
Mel, you're like a visionary. You're ahead of your time.
For people to be, like, stabbing each other in the streets over fucking toilet paper. I was like, what is going on?
Some of
people were actually fist fighting over toilet paper.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't get it.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I
People
get
are nuts. People are nuts. That's what I get. It's
But you know what? Honestly, and this is something, and I'm gonna throw some super honesty on you guys right now. You guys would honestly like. There's a few people that know this, Chad Ward being one of them, and there's a couple other guys. I could survive off 1 roll of toilet paper a year. I shit once a month. Even like barbecue literally plugs me like a sewer with a sandstorm. It is awful. Like, I mean, I'm not kidding. My buddies text me, the Traeger group that I've got. Like, there's like 6 or 7, like Coach Clark and Chad Ward and those guys, Matt Pittman, whatever. And they're like, "Dude, how many days are we at?" I'm like, 16. And they're like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Dude, I'm trying." Like, I've been to the doctor for 19 years now. I've been going, and he's been giving me different pills to the point where he literally gave me a bottle of X-Lax Extreme, it's called. And he goes, "I need you to follow the dosages on the bottle." And then he left. And he came back about 20 minutes later, and the dosages said, take 1 and take 1 and have a nap or whatever it works out to. So, but it doesn't say how much. So I took the lid off and I slammed the entire bottle in his office, and he took it back. And I said, "So how many more of these do I get?" And he goes, "Well, I mean, that one should last you at least 4 weeks." I was like, "I'm only supposed to take 1 every 4 weeks? Like, it says take 1 a day." He goes, "1 drop." I was like, "It doesn't say that. It says take 1 a day." There's like a dropper on the end of the lid. I cracked the lid, pulled the little tabby off, and take 1. So I took it. He goes, "You're gonna shit yourself in my office." I was like, "That would be great." And so literally, I leave the office.
I tried to hold on as much.
So I get in the vehicle, and he's like, "You're good?" I was like, "I'm good." He's like, "All right." He's like, he gave me a roll of toilet paper to take in the truck with me. He's like, "All right, take this with you because you're gonna have to stop somewhere within the city and poop in the ditch because I'm in Medicine Hat at the hospital." So he sends me out. He calls me the next day. He's like, "How bad? Like, how bad was it?" I said, "I don't understand. Like, I haven't pooped yet." He goes, "You haven't shit yet?" I said, "No, not yet." He's like, "All right." He's like, "Call me tomorrow and let me know how bad it gets." So I called him the next day. He's like, have you shit yet? I was like, "No, I haven't." He's like, "Dude," he's like it should be coming out of every end that you got right now. You drink an entire bottle. This stuff's nasty. So it took 7 days from that, which was already on my 5th day. So 12 days. And I told him, like, well, it worked because normally I go 16 to 20 days and this was only 12. So it did speed up a bit. And he said, "I will not see you anymore." He said, "Obviously everybody body is different and yours
Yeah.
doesn't want to shit. He said, so your body's obviously using that as energy or nutrients or something. I ain't never seen anybody like you. He's like, I've been with you for 7 years. He said, and that was our last thing. He's like, let's just give this kid something that might kill him.
Yeah.
And no, there was zero things happening. And so these guys, they all know. And now you guys know, and you guys can send me my weekly messages. What day are you on? I'm on day 12. I'm on day 12 right now, just so everyone knows.
For the rest of forever, every time you post something, I'm going to be like, you're full of shit. Shut up, you're full of shit.
Of the time, Mel, it's true.
You know what?
So,
tomorrow we'll start our daily DMs, and I will text you every time I shit tomorrow. I should text you about 6 times, just so you know. That's
you guys don't know this, but on Christmas Day, I took my family, and my brother took his family, and we went to a local. It's about a half hour away from here. It's like a interprovincial park called Cypress Hills, and it's awesome. It's like a forest, and they got big hills. They used to have a ski hill, and they've now opened it up to tobogganing. So I own an office. I own an insurance brokerage with my little brother, and we run it day-to-day operations where we never take days off unless we're on holidays. We work every day. We're available till midnight. We're up at 6. Like, if you need to get a hold of us, text us. We'll come into your registration. You got a claim, you can call us in the middle of the night. We'll show up. We're old school, small town insurance broker. So my brother is taking his sons down and my sons and whatnot on the toboggan hill. Well, on New Year's Day, his toboggan flips, his leg goes backwards, his ankle shatters, and his leg breaks.
Ouch.
And so I'm on my own right now at the office. So I'm going in super early, staying super late. It's a disaster because our office is actually too big for one person to handle. Between claims, new policies, renewals, it's a nightmare with one person handling phones and writing insurance. It's a disaster. And so yesterday, I had a scare. And so when
you're full of shit.
Yeah. So when I have to go, it's like, so yesterday was my day 12. So today's my day 1. I'm on day 1. So yesterday at 9 a.m., I'm like sitting. So when it comes, it comes. You never know. And all of a sudden it's like, holy lick, here we go. But I'm with a customer. I'm renewing the registration on day 12. And I'm like, and I literally had to grab my office table. And I said, are we using check, cash, card? What are we using? He's like, wow, you really got to that abruptly. Like, kind of like I was almost rude. I'm like, yeah, so sorry. The computer just told me it's about to kick me out. We have like a time limit, and you know, I don't want you to have to wait forever here. So, and he's like, oh, okay, we're gonna use a Visa or MasterCard or whatever. I'm like, okay, sure. So I reach back to grab the machine. As I do, I let a squeaker out because the machine's quite far behind. Oh, dude, I was sweating it. I'm like, oh. God. So,
Josh, I do that sweating thing about 6 times a day, man.
So I reach back, I get the machine, and we finish the transaction. I literally lock the door behind him. I quickly make a note, be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I post it on the door, the glass door, and I lock the door and I run to the washroom and yada, yada. Glorious things happen. And I come back, and I finally told my wife tonight about my experience yesterday, and she's like, because she knows, obviously, I'm married to her. She knows my deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. She was like almost peeing her pants. She was like, her knees were touching. She was shaking. She's like, because she knows me. And she's like, oh my, that's so disgusting and so funny. And she's crying. Literally, as we're doing this, she's texting me right now. It's popping up at the top of my phone. She's like, dude, there's people viewing this. This isn't a private chat. She's like, everyone is reading about this.
I love it.
You know what? This is the trust tree. Okay.
This is it.
Now you know my deepest, darkest secrets. Josh, number 2.
Trust me, Josh. We've had the shit topic come up more than once on here. I had a lady at Mucho Burrito that was like it was not good. But she did me in dirty. She signed me a contract with the devil. She knew what was happening. She's smiling right in my face, right? 3 hours later, I'm in there signing the contract in the shitter. It was not good. The whole thing was just...
Have you guys ever heard of ratemypoo.com?
Yes.
I was number
so.
2
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there for like 14 years running. I never did hit number 1, but at least 14 years, man. It was the run that I had. I never got any awards or accolades, which I feel like I deserved. But 14 years, yeah.
That's hilarious. My daughter dropped a broomstick handle there today. She's like, Dad, can you come here for a minute? And the wife's looking at me. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, oh, it's just... And then I go in there. I'm like, oh, shit. Pound it. All right, there you go. That's... Whatever. It is what it is. It's my kid. You got to do what you got to do, right? But I was like, holy shit, that's a broomstick handle you left. Fantastic.
We've all been there. I like your daughter more and more.
Right away, middle of Dad, come here. Yeah, come see this. This is...
Bring your iPhone, Dad.
Yeah. You ever see that meme where the guy leaves a napkin and it's like, don't flush?
Yeah.
I've got a record breaker here. I was like,
honey, get me a pen.
yeah, it's so good. So good.
So what's up for tomorrow? Is everybody working? What's going on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Around here, it's known as the Donaire Day because I have to soak up this.
Yep.
The Dirty Donnie.
Yeah. Dirty Donnie tomorrow at lunch, and I'll just limp through work. Yep. It's a good time.
Donaire is really one of my favorite meals. We only got one place in Medicine Hat that serves them, but I don't even think they're open right now. But I love Donaire's.
Oh, they're so good, man. So good.
They are.
Mel, do you do the sweet sauce with yours?
He's shitting. If anybody wants to know,
Mel took a bio break.
Yeah. He's doing it just in spite of me, that lucky bugger.
I think so. Yeah, exactly. No, I was telling the guys earlier that I've got so in Ontario, they've got like this run on pork meat. It's been super cheap. So I got a full pork leg, like a 30-pound pork leg. So I'm going to smoke it, I think, I'm going to put it on like maybe 6-7 o'clock tomorrow night and just let it smoke overnight. So Mike did one earlier. He said it took him like almost 24 hours full smoke.
Wow.
Yeah, so
it must have been amazing.
Oh yeah. So I'll put it on like 250 and just let it ride all night. So yeah.
That's right in my wheelhouse. That is beautiful.
Yeah. So but it was like $1.19 a pound.
Wow.
Like seriously, like $1.19 a pound. Like
that's awesome.
Cheap. Even just to take a picture of it, right? It's cheap. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Walmart. Mel, did you break the seal?
I did, yeah. I had to. Yeah, I feel a lot better.
Well, Walmart brought in prime rib,
right?
Prime grade prime rib. Man, it was ridiculous. I don't remember the per pound price, but like beautiful, like 3 to 4 bone prime ribs for like $46. And like, I mean, I grabbed them, I looked at them, and it was Walmart. But I was like, these are well marbled, nice color. Yeah. I was like, I had to buy one. I bought it. That's what I cooked for Christmas. It was glorious. I was like, I cannot believe that this is good.
Yep.
So I hate telling people this because you might get in my way, but every Easter, Loblaws Superstore, Excel Packers, I believe it's Excel Packers out of Cargill, whatever, they do prime rib on sale. And if you talk nicely to the person in the meat department, they will sell it to you in the cryovac.
Oh, nice.
No way.
Full run.
Yes, they will. But that's the thing. This is, and I preach this to people all the time, don't be a dick to your meat processors.
Yeah.
Be nice to your meat processors. They'll surprise you. So just like you were saying, Josh, you walk in there and you see the 4 bone on the counter.
Yeah.
Well, be nice to the person behind there. Yeah. They might sell you the whole 7 bones with that price.
Yeah.
So talk to them and say, like, look, I'll take it right in the cryo. You don't even have to trim the fat or anything. And that's how I do all my dry aging.
Yeah. That's how I
So
do all too when I buy a Costco. Anything that's cryovac, I leave it in there for 35, 40 days, man.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. That's
My best briskets are done that way. Like I buy them I flip them every 5 days in the fridge. They're
Right.
bend before I even cook them.
Wow.
Now, Josh, I have to ask you, when you're buying briskets, what do? You're at the store.
Yeah.
You're at the store. What do you do?
So the first thing I'll look for is literally the flat is 100% my thing. And as long as it isn't too flat, too skinny, that's where I look. And then I go to the cap, and I just don't want that massive jump. I kind of want it more asymmetrical. And then the fatty is where I look for the marbling.
Yeah.
Because I know if that fatty's got good marbling underneath that fat and whatnot, trimming and cryovac and juices, you're going to find some marbling in the flat. But I always go to I want a thick flat, really thick flat. And I will grab it to make sure it's not stiff as a board, a little bit flexible. And that's about as far as it goes for me. Even my wife knows now. I'll text her and be like, that's what I'm looking for. And she knows she's good at it. Because she goes to the city. I stay at work. So she knows how to buy my briskets already. So
that's the sneaky deal that I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah.
If it's jiggly before you even buy it.
Yeah. It has to feel.
You've already got half the battle.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, and it amazes me that like Cosmos Q, how to barbecue right, they're still not talking about it.
No, it's true.
You pull it out of the cooler, and if it's already floppy cock, guess what? You've already got half the battle won.
Yeah.
It's not
going to get any stiffer unless you burn it.
That's right.
So, I love that, man. I absolutely love it.
Another thing with brisket is guys just overcooking it a bit. Like my most texts that I get for everything would be, hey man, I was slicing it and it's just falling apart. And I'm like, well, you missed your mark by a couple degrees. Might not be a ton. It's close, but you really, a brisket towards the end, you got to pay attention.
Yeah.
Because it will tell you when it's done. And I mean, when it's overdone, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, pulled beef is one of the greatest things that God ever gave us. But I mean, a lot of people like that beautiful slice, that little bit of bite. And it is, when it's done perfect or close to perfect, it is so good. It is. I love brisket, beefy.
Yeah.
Well, that's my 2 bits. If you want a perfectly sliced brisket, you pulled it off 5 degrees sooner than you should have.
Yeah.
And that's where I sit, right? Beautiful. Yeah, and then it slices like nothing. Yeah. If you go that extra 5, it's gonna mash up your bark. It's gonna, every time. That's
so, talking briskets, I had the question the other day: how do people who cook on charcoal get a good smoke ring?
With wood.
Yeah, but what are you using?
Wood.
What kind?
So this is, if you have an indirect plate, and you're putting wood chunks into your charcoal, there's no reason you shouldn't get a smoke ring.
Doesn't matter what kind of wood?
Well, case, maple, hickory, mesquite.
Yeah, any of those, right?
Any of those, they'll leave you a ringer. Every brisket's different. Every piece of meat's different. Every rub is different. Every trim is different. There's all kinds of things that come into play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're doing a hot and fast brisket, there's a huge chance you won't get a ring.
Yeah.
Right?
What you're cooking on.
Well, that's the thing, right? There's so many, and this is my hang up all the time, is when people ask me a very specific time question.
Yeah.
And I drop them 32 variables, and they're like, well, that's way more than I thought of. I'm like, well, okay, then let's go back to the original question.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's all the same when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it. That's I've done ringing briskets off of my Timberline. No different than I've done ringing briskets off of my Big Green Egg or my offset. They're all, once you find that zone, once you're dialed in, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's an exchange of smoke and meat gases, temperature, it's going to happen. You just have to find that mixture with your calculations of what you're doing.
I find the temperature helps a lot. Go hot and fast, you generally don't get any, the taste is great, the juiciness is great, all that. And honestly, hot and fast has become something that I've really enjoyed with a lot of stuff. The picture maybe isn't as picturesque, but really, with a smoke ring, it's so funny. Like sometimes my biggest, thickest smoke rings are my least flavorful. It looks great. But in the end, I don't know, like sometimes it's great, but honestly, my best briskets are the ones that it's like an even cooking process. There's not a lot of like down here to here. It's just like straight through, whether it's hot and fast or low and slow. It's just more of the consistency when I find a brisket breaking down. Like, if I have to rush it, it's always never as good. It's just like a pulled pork. If I ever have to rush it, I find I have to add more like broth at the end or cola or something to make it juicy. When I let it pick its own time, and that's where the resting comes in. If you got a good Cambro or something that can rest it or a big cooler, get it done early. Get it done early. Let it do its thing and let the rest do the magic. Like that's a huge deal with barbecue. I found more than ever in the last year.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big problem for me coming off the KCBS, right? Seeing all those comp teams, everything's hot and fast.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Everything. Hot and fast, right off the grill, and they're nailing everything.
Yep.
Like on the judges' table, bang, 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 no problem. But this is different than Instagram shit. That's the thing you have to understand. We're not going for, it's still picturesque in the way of looking at it, but it's not, it's, they do the pull-apart brisket. They don't do the hang brisket.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it's all hot and fast. Hot and fast is it's the way of the future. It is.
They have time frames. They have to get it in. It has to be juicy. It has to be delicious. It has to look good in the box. It's a totally different experience. And that's actually what I'm working towards. I don't want to cater. I don't want to have a restaurant. That's not my goal.
Yeah.
I want to travel around, meet cool people like you guys, have bourbon with them at night, hang out all weekend and enter stuff, and then geek each other about, how they did at the end of the weekend. And the next weekend, meet you in a different city and do the thing over again.
Yeah.
This is the fine point. We got the grill sergeant, right, and Darnell here. They're going back and forth. If I'm nostalgic, if I am looking to barbecue for the ambiance, for the company, for whatever, I'm going low and slow, heavy smoke.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna do a ton of prep. I'm gonna let it sit for a day in its rub. I'm gonna do all kinds of shit. And it's a nostalgic cook. It's not efficient, right? It's more for going through the actions and doing the thing, hanging out there, drinking the beers, having it cook slow. But you can totally cut all that out and do hot and fast.
Yeah, and it's just as delicious. It doesn't have the story, right? I mean, that's what the cooking for my parents, I love it. Like the chili I did the other night was 17 hours. I can do it in 6 hours.
Yeah.
Well, this is, so being of Ukrainian background out here, right? We got the farms, we do all that shit. Making stock, making broth, doing borscht, doing any of that stuff, it's slow. It takes forever. You're throwing everything in a pot and it's going for 24, 48 hours on a slow boil, simmer, whatever. The introduction of the Instapot.
Yeah.
I showed my Bubba some of my broth in a Ziploc bag that was damn near Jello.
Yeah.
It was damn near Jello. And she looked at that and she was like, that is a damn fine broth. What did that take? 2 days? And I was like, no. It took me 8 hours. I did 4 and 4 in the Instapot. Boom. Done. Well, this is a different time. Right? We're dealing with stuff now that no one's ever questioned before. It is what it is. Like, I'll never make a regular broth again. Ever.
Yeah.
That Instapot has cut 10 hours off of every cook ever.
Yeah.
But what do you do? It's a weird. The taste test is there. and that's the point that sells it for
The
me.
pots are great
This
for
is it.
stuff like that. Nothing better. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's what a neat time to be alive.
Yeah, it is. But boys, my phone is literally flashing at me. Keeps telling me it's about to die. So
Yeah.
Trip better go to bed because Megan also is pretty disappointed that I talked about my poop with you guys. So I got to apologize for that.
Right on, brother. You got a big show tomorrow too, eh?
Yeah, I guess I'm on a different show. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, he's doing the Moose Shed or the Moose
nice.
Moose Barbecue podcast. So that's
Yep.
awesome.
Let me
Can't
know
wait
if
to
you ever
see
want
that.
to chat again. I'll hop on anytime. I enjoyed this
Awesome.
one.
Right on, brother. We'd love to have you.
Yep.
You guys have a great night.
Have a good night,
Fair,
man.
bro.
Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
Well, hell yeah. There we
There
go.
Three amigos.
There we go.
How you doing, Josh? How you doing, Garth?
Good.
There you go. I'm tired. What do you want?
Hey,
That's
Garth,
not-
you ever reverse sear a turkey?
You want to talk to me about garbanzo beans? Let's do that. That's yeah.
What's the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea?
I don't know.
I've never had a garbanzo bean on my face.
Oh! I'm not gonna lie, I told that joke to the FedEx guy at work today, and he was like, "That's the best, man. That's a 9.5. That's." I'm doing my very best not to bring that joke up, so thank you, Jer. That's
Cheers.
yeah, garbanzo beans for everybody. Cheers. That's yeah. Oh, so how you doing, Garth?
Good.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Just cooked some of your world famous ham on the weekend.
How was it? Was it great?
Delicious.
Nice, nice.
That's the way to do it.
Well, it is the way to do it. Yeah, that's the Willy Wonka ham. Is that what you did? Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah. You got to do it.
You guys get spiral hams?
At
I've never
Christmas,
seen
Usually around Christmas, like Costco's will have them, but
Yeah. Went into Costco on Friday night and I bought 6 of them.
nice.
That must have been leftovers from Christmas.
Oh, okay.
You never know.
But I can't wait to do another one.
Oh, we got Darren sitting here. Darren's
Bring
been
him
sitting
on.
here all night. We should bring Darren in.
Sure, yeah, for sure.
Darren, you ready?
There we go.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
The man, the myth, the legend.
Garbanzo beans, everybody. Garbanzo beans.
Oh,
There we go. Is this thing on?
There we go. Perfect.
Hello? Hi? Did everybody disappear?
No, I'm here.
Jared just
hear
took off.
I'm here.
Oh,
his mic's off.
There we go.
if you can hear me, take off your shirt. Oh, I see. I see how this is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Darren, your mic is off. There we go. Still off. He's loaded. That's what it is. He's drunk. He's drunk. These things happen. So, Garth, how you doing?
Good. Good. Oh,
Fantastic.
Am I good?
There you go.
Oh,
All
There
right.
you go.
perfect. We're live. We're on the air, folks.
Yeah, we're on the air. How's it going, guys?
Good. Cheers.
How you doing, buddy?
Not bad. Been sitting here for a while.
Yeah, I know you've been camping out there. I'm sorry, buddy. That's it.
okay.
Oh.
I would have been watching anyway, so it's okay.
Oh, that's beauty. Oh. So, any big cooks you have to talk about recently?
Do you want to talk about the deep dish pizza I did?
Why not?
I thought that was pretty cool.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, that turned out really good. I really enjoyed that. That was probably my first official live fire cook, actually.
Nice.
like aside from green egg shit, but
Yep.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was pretty cool. I like that.
pretty deadly, man. Any chance I can get to put more toppings on something, I'm down.
Man, that was a lot of fun. I like it was like kind of like a last minute thing, you know. I was talking with a guy at work. We were doing some really boring ass shit at work, you know. And I'm
Yep.
just like, I'm like thinking, you know, my mind's running at work all the time because I'm always doing something. I'm just a drywaller, right? So I'm always thinking about shit while I'm working. And I was like, I got to do this challenge this week for Instagram. It's cast iron, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, thinking about it. I'm like, should I do a deep dish pizza? And he's like, yeah, you should do that. And then because he thinks I cook in the green egg, and I'm like, but I want to do it live fire. He's like, that's not gonna work. He's like, how are you gonna do that over a fire pit, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't know. I'll fucking rig something up, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I went home. I got off early that day, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll go home. I'll figure it out. Rigged it up. Did a little trial run the day before, right? Just lit a fire and kind of run the temp gauge on it.
Yep.
To see how it was running, like for heat and everything, and it was pretty good. And then I just looked up. I've never even had deep dish pizza actually in my life. I hate
Nice.
to say that, but
I've never had it either, man. Don't feel bad.
no, I never had it, and I'm like, I looked at a lot of pictures of it though. I looked up a lot of recipes and everything, right? So I found a good recipe, and it worked out pretty good. Yeah, it was like perfect, like cooked through really well, and everything was good. Like, you know, and honestly, it was just the time outside. Had the family out there and everything too. That was a nice part too, right? Everybody can come outside. We can all hang out, have a fire, right? I'm cooking something at the same time where everybody's outside enjoying the day, and and then it was like 5 o'clock. Come inside, got this sweet pizza we're eating. It was good.
Nice.
What temp did you do that, Darren?
Temperature?
Yeah.
I think I was running for the most part because I had that laser thermometer. I was running around like 375. I was hitting like because I was trying to like point it at the grate, right? Kind of hard to get a good temp read with that laser thing, right?
Yep.
But for the most part, it kept telling me like 375. I was trying to like get it like on one of the rods of the grate.
Yeah. So not super hot,
the cast iron, right?
Yeah.
To see what the cast iron heat was. And it was around 375, so it was a little lower than I wanted, but I didn't want to go too much and burn the thing.
Yep.
So
that's what I found. I did one the last time I did it too hot. I was like 650, and it just burnt.
Yeah.
Like it was tasted great, but it burnt the crust. I was like, So I think you're right. Like 375, 400, I think would be perfect.
Yeah, it kind of bakes it, and then so right at the end though, probably for the last 20 minutes. I had a bunch of maple because maple will burn pretty hot, right?
Yeah.
So I just went straight maple because I got maple, pear, cherry, and a bit of apple. I usually keep on hand.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, I'll just try and go straight maple, and I loaded the fire right like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Just loaded it, and I had an aggressive flame going, just because I wasn't getting that browning that I wanted on the crust on the top.
Yeah.
And that must have been the trick to just finish it off. Like it worked really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that sounds wicked.
It was fun.
Dude, you can't beat pizza with live fire. Live fire pizza, hands down. I was talking to a buddy at work today. It's like, you know what? It's like once you nail it, you nail it.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of the things with Big Green Egg that people don't really understand. I'll throw the birch kindling in there.
Yeah.
And I will cook a pizza at 450, 500 degrees on straight birch.
Yeah.
And I'll knock the best pizza of your life out on an indirect over birchwood. Like, it's crazy. It's I don't know. I've never used one of those goozies or goonzy, whatever they're called. I've never used one, but
Buddha's using,
Yeah,
I've never tried that.
Yeah, I assume it's about the same.
Yeah.
Well, that thing's all. I don't know if because that's gas run, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Like, are you gonna get the same flavor from that? Really, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know 100%.
Not to knock it, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the best pizza I've ever had in my entire life was out here. Live fire in a big pizza oven. It's a big stone pizza oven.
Yeah.
And the guy was burning birch.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he made the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after that, I was like, birch for pizza,
Yeah.
birch for bread.
I would never think that. I always, for some reason, I always thought birch wasn't good to burn.
Yeah, me too.
There's no smoke. There's very little smoke.
Okay.
And it burns hot.
Yeah.
What species of birch is that?
Is this a serious fucking question?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't lift its skirt up and ask it. I didn't. I have no idea what species of birch. It's
East Coast birch would be different than West Coast birch.
Well, we're somewhere in the middle, aren't we, Garth?
Yeah, we are.
I don't know. Alberta birch. That's whatever that is.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was different species of birch. The kind with the paper that peels off of it. That's the kind.
That's
You
all
have a
birch.
lot of that there.
Do you want me to pull a piece out of my firewood pile? I can bring you a piece if you can identify that.
It's not very
Is
popular
birch
here in
considered a
Ontario.
hardwood?
Birch is a hardwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
I have
our
no idea.
like my maple trees here are different than the East Coast maple trees.
Yeah.
Your maple trees are Manitoba maples, aren't they?
No, they're big leafy maples.
Oh yeah, you guys have the proper maples. Yeah. That's right.
Maple
My cousin
syrup.
has a massive maple tree in her front yard in Maple Ridge, and she has like a proper. Yeah. You guys do have, because you're warm climate, right? That's the thing. Alberta's a weird place. Like, we can't grow a lot of fruit woods. We can't grow a lot of. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
We have walnut, but it's not real walnut. It's like weed tree walnut. I don't know. I'm not a botanist. I can't tell you these things.
No.
I can
But
tell you that your soil has
It's funny how different trees. Like I never thought for pizza applewood, right? But then I was reading applewood is actually really good for pizza wood. So last time I did a pizza, I did applewood, and it was awesome.
nice.
Jared,
Yeah.
so do you have where do you get all your firewood from? You got a guy or
Well, yeah, there's a local guy, and it's actually pretty reasonable. So he'll sell a big bag for like $12. So he ages, like he dries it for a year, and for like $12 a big bag. Because I was buying it like pretty expensive in the city, and then I thought, well, there's got to be someone local. And I connected with this guy, and funny enough, it was so I started messaging the guy because I wanted to make sure it was hardwood. So I messaged him I called him on the number, and he called me back, and he's a local guy. And it was funny enough, he was like, I don't know if you've ever heard of the big green egg. And I'm like, yeah, I got 5 of them. He's like, what? You got 5 big green eggs? And right off the bat, we hit it off. And so we talked for like an hour on just on barbecues. So he's supposed to drop me off a lot at the house, but yeah, like I think as long as it's dried and it's hardwood, but I'll throw in a little applewood or anything.
Jared's
like that.
lying. Jared's totally lying. When I was with him, he took me downtown to some, like, I don't know, it was a city park or something like that.
Yeah.
And he forced me to drag stumps and logs all up to his truck. And then we cut them up with a miter saw in his garage all night.
He made you do it all, yeah.
Well, that was, I don't know. Like, I felt at home with it, but it's a weird thing. But yeah, we were for sure in like a city park or something.
Yeah. But I think as long as it's good dry hardwood, you're okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, I found a guy too. Where Coop lives in Binbrook.
Right.
This guy just sells firewood like crazy, right? He's got like fucking mounds of it all the time, just out front of his house. So I would stop in there for firewood, right?
Yeah.
And this guy's a little bit, he's a little funny, right? He's His name's Squirrel, right? Because he's a tree climber, right? He's a funny guy. So I stopped in there the one time, and I just want to load up with firewood, whatever, so I can burn shit. Right?
Yeah.
Great. And then I seen he had all this pile of nice stuff in the back, and I said, "What's all that?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, that's all cherry wood. I don't sell that."
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, "Oh," I said, "How come you don't sell it?" And he said, "Well, I sell it to the guys, like to these shops that are smoking meats and stuff, right?"
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well," so I gave him my phone. I showed him a picture of my setup. I said, "Well, it's the same thing, right? I got the big green eggs." I said, "Listen, man," I said, I won't burn this stuff. I won't, it's not firewood to me. It's smoking wood, right?"
Yeah.
I said, "If you want to sell me some, I'll take some, right?"
Yeah.
So then we got talking, right? And he smokes and I smoked, and I had some beers in my truck. I'm like, "Oh, you want to have a beer, right?" We're splitting wood together, and all of a sudden he's like, "Well, I'll give you some of that cherry wood if you want, right?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like, so we started pulling out firewood that I had in my truck, because I'm like, "Oh, I don't got a fucking room for this, right?"
Yeah.
So we started pulling out the firewood and putting in this cherry wood. Now I'm like, "Yeah." So he's like, "Do you know how to run a splitter?" And I'm like, "No," right? So he shows me how to run the splitter. So he said, "Well, you just grab that log and you just keep splitting those fucking things until your truck's full, and I'll let you know, right?" I'm like, "Okay." So I filled up my truck and said, "Hey, my truck's full."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "How much you want?" And he's like, "Give me $20 for the firewood and 30 for the cherry." And there was like a lot of cherry.
Yeah.
Like, "Are you sure?" Because I'm like, I was getting nervous, right? Because I kept splitting it, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
this has to be expensive for sure.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, 30 for the cherry." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll be back fucking tomorrow."
Yeah.
So I went back, right? And then he's got pear, he's got cherry, he's got all this different shit. And all I had to do was split it for him. He didn't care.
Yeah.
He just, run my splitter, you know how to use it.
Yeah.
And he's selling this shit to me dirt cheap.
Yeah, you can't beat. I burn a lot of cherry. Like, that was my go-to wood this summer, was cherry wood. Like, I used it a lot.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It adds flavor to shit, man. Like, it's
Totally.
nice and sweet.
Yeah, totally. If I could pick, like, I talked to a lot of the wood guys. I'm like, okay, hickory, it sounds great. It's the most popular. But hands down, cherry wood every day.
Yeah. It's my favorite. It's definitely my go-to.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
Yeah. And pear would be a close second. Like,
okay. Yeah, I haven't burned a lot of pear wood, but cherry for sure.
Pear's kind of, I would compare it to, maybe it's a little more mild than hickory. I don't know if you guys burned it.
Okay.
Now. Either of you guys ever tried pear?
No, I don't think I've be able to get a chance to try any.
No.
My go-tos out here, if I'm using that frittata wood,
I'll
be bouncing off of peach, pecan, and hickory.
Yeah.
Those are my super flavorful, but they're wild cherry. That'll stick to everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you did a beef roast, and you threw 2 pieces of wild cherry in there, it would stick to it like you just smoked cheese. Like it's that wild cherry is like a dank, good smoke. Yeah, man.
About it. Especially on pork. It seems to really stick to pork.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pork and chicken. Pork, chicken, and fish.
Well, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Fish for me, I'm usually looking for alder.
Oh, okay.
Alder's a nice fish smoking wood. I like that. Yep.
I'll be right back, guys.
Where are you going?
Where are you going, Jer? What are you up to, Jer? What are you doing, Jer? I don't trust what's happening here.
How many rooms does this guy have?
17.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. He lives in a complex.
Every time he's on here, he's in a different room.
No, and he tries to lock me up in all of them. That's the scary thing. Every time I pass out on the couch, I wake up like in another wing. And I'm like, what's happening? What is this?
Well, you keep staying there. I don't know.
That's it. So it's funny we're on all this wood topic. Garth, why don't you tell Darren what you do for a living?
Oh, I'm a logger.
Are you really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know a thing or two.
That's my best. That's my best. And when he sends me pictures at his lunch break, and I'm like, yes, because I work for the oil field, right? We're slowly burning the world down one barrel at a time. And then he's like, this is what my day looks like. I'm like, yeah, there you go.
Like way the fuck up there in a tree.
Mel, we got time for one more drink?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do one more. And then we have to reverse sear a turkey on our way out here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. We'll smoke a dump bear.
Yeah. I've smoked a dump bear before, just so you know. That's yeah. I love dump bear. That's a good gamey meat. That's
Is that cherry you guys are talking about? Is that wild or is that from like an orchard?
So you can get wild cherry, which is wild cherry.
Yeah.
And then you get orchard cherry, which is like watered down cherry.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Wild cherry is funky. It's a dark wood. Yeah. So I think orchard cherry would probably be just regular cherry wood.
Yeah.
Wild cherry has almost like a hickory tinge to it.
So you guys just buy that from like your local firewood guy?
Yeah, usually. Yeah. Sometimes he'll get it
I
in.
don't know where mine comes
if you
from.
can score some wild cherry, you're golden.
Yeah. Anytime I can pick it up, I'm there. I'm like,
totally. Give me a truckload. I'll take it.
Yeah. I picked it up twice, 2 different people. So from that squirrel guy, and then there was another time on Kijiji I saw some, and it was a good deal.
Yeah.
And I went and got it, and it was well taken care of. Great. It was good stuff. It was nice and dry, and that stuff, for some reason, that stuff was a lot stronger than the stuff I got from this other guy.
Oh,
like,
okay.
For the flavor that it brought into your meat, it was interesting. I still have a little bit of it. Actually, I'm almost out of it now, but I should have held on to it.
I would drive 100 miles for that stuff. A buddy of mine, he messaged me in the summer, and he was cutting down a cherry tree up at his cottage way up north. And he was like, I got this cherry tree. It's literally like 100 years old. And I'm like, I'll take it. However much you'll cut, I'll take it. Yeah. And he messaged me, and he sent me a few pictures because he goes, how big do you burn it? And I go, well, I'll cut it into chunks, right? And he's like, oh, no, I'll do that for you. So he's got me like 2 big bins of and he literally cut it all into chunks for me. So I just got to connect with him and pick it up. But I'm hoping that'll be, imagine like 100-year-old cherry tree will be pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
that'll be really good.
But even when I did that whole hog in the summer, I said to I talked to Jeff at Furtado, and I said, like, what should I smoke it with? Because I'm a big fan of his too, his hardwood. And he's like, you know what? Hickory is the most popular, but if you can do because he goes, what have you got? And I'm like, I looked at my garage and I said, I got sugar maple and cherry. And he goes, you know what? Throw a few chunks of cherry and sugar maple in there. And it was awesome. So
that's awesome.
I think anything with a little bit of smoke, like Garth, what are you using in your smoker? Like, I know you do a lot of Traeger stuff. Like, what kind of pellets are you using most of the time?
I like a lot of pecan, but I think that's all just because I can't get it here.
Okay.
Like any wood here, I really don't love the flavor of if I cook live fire with it. Right. Like we got alder and maple and then some birch, but we mostly have evergreens, right? So lots of fir, hemlock, cedar.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't love that when you're cooking any sort of like red meats, that I don't love the smoke flavor it gives you.
Yeah.
No. Salmon and alder, I'm just saying.
Yeah, alder is amazing.
Well, and cedar and salmon, right, go well together.
Yeah. It's a weird thing, man. I get you. It's
we can't get a lot of pecan wood here, so what I'll do is I'll compensate with a really good pecan rub. Because like if you're doing a turkey or anything bird related, chicken, turkey, if you throw a really good pecan rub on there, you get that nice golden brown. But obviously the preference would be using pecan wood.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. for sure. That's out here. Like, there's no mesquite, there's no hickory, there's no. So any chance you get to pile up on that, you should, right?
Yeah.
It's a treat. I have beautiful maple wood, which I have from a friend who's an arborist, and I stockpile it and I age it 2-3 years before I burn it, and that goes in the stick burner, right?
Yeah.
Darth Angus burns that maple like nobody's business, but that's a novelty cook at this point. It's
and maple burns hot, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's an awesome wood to cook with, though. Holy shit, love it.
Yeah. I don't have much maple. I've got a little bit, but I use it pretty sparingly.
Yeah.
Well, like that cherry that you nabbed, is that this year cherry or last year cherry? Like it's
so that would have been at least a year and a half ago that I picked that up. And
nice.
I keep it, yeah. And
yeah, then you're good.
We had it sitting there for a while on stumps, right? And then we split it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's some good stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. It
was like kind of killing me to do this deep dish pizza thing. I'm like, fucking, I told the guy I wouldn't burn it, but I'm like, here I am burning it. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm like,
buddy,
I'm cooking something, but
pre-COVID, my buddies are sitting in my backyard. I got this huge fire pit in the middle of the yard, right? And I walk outside. They're making a bonfire. They've got a good 6-foot flame licking the. They're having a fire. They're having a big old fashioned fire, right? And I walk outside and I'm like, that's not poplar. What are you guys burning over? And I walk around and they've taken a huge chunk out of my maple stack.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, what?
Like that.
What are you doing? Like, what that's, and they're like, well, what? It's already cut. It's already cut and stacked. Like, this is easy. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
for cooking.
Yeah, I miss it though. I would take that back in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Just to fucking drink with people, man. I miss it so bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Soon.
Oh. I told the wife, soon as I can, I'm dropping $1,000 at the Rippers. I don't give a shit. Oh.
What would you do, like $5 bills? Or
no, and that's Jerry, you know me. It's not even about the chicks. I just like the atmosphere, and I'm gonna drink my face off. That's what I'm gonna do. It's
It's nice music.
No, that's it, right? Where else are you gonna hear Pantera and then Venga Boys back to back? Like it's so good. It's so
Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go.
That's it, right? I don't know. I miss it. I miss it so much. So it's a good time.
Christy didn't show up tonight on the chat.
No Christy Canyons today. That's okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, I don't think I've seen Jeff Davey either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good question. Yeah. Yeah. That's Interesting. That's yeah. Well, Garth, how you doing, buddy?
Good. You guys want to start a big fire and cook something?
Yes, you should do that. For sure, you should do that.
Maybe tomorrow.
Oh.
So, do you just cook on Traeger, or what else you got going on?
Mostly cook on Traegers.
Yeah.
Seems to be the easiest with my lifestyle.
Is that your only cooker?
I do have a charcoal Kamado style cooker, but I don't use it too often.
Yeah, there's not a lot of fire in the holes coming from Garth.
No.
There's
he just presses
here and there,
buttons.
but yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I think doing that in the fire pit, that kind of got me going. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna try and do some other shit in this thing. I wanna play around with this a little more.
Tell us a bit about your fire pit setup, because I noticed you had that top deck. Looked like it had a hole cut in it. Was that like granite, or what was that? Like, what was?
To be honest with you, when I moved into this house, we moved here like 3 years ago. I think the person here before, they built it.
Okay.
So I didn't really know a lot about it. I thought, yeah, it's a cool looking fire pit, whatever. So yeah, basically it's just cinder blocks on the sides. They got a few holes through it. I think maybe their intention was that they could maybe fit a rotisserie through at some point. And then yeah, it's just a concrete top. I think they must have poured it in place. It's got a couple pieces of iron that run through it to kind of support it, right, at the top. And then it's got a nice square hole in the middle so the heat can go through.
Nice.
So it's actually a pretty decent setup. It's kind of fallen apart a little bit because I don't think the concrete was really meant for those high heat temps. But I think I could. I'm probably in the spring. I'm gonna maybe fix the top a bit, make it so it can handle that stuff, and maybe I was really considering doing the dome temp or the dome style thing so you could do a pizza.
Right.
But now that I've done this, and I'm like, well, I don't really know if I need to do that because I could probably do a pizza in there if I mess around with it a little more, right?
Yeah.
I could just get a bigger patio stone essentially and just make a dome style and just use what I have from the Big Green Egg and just stick it in there and kind of make it work.
Oh, that's awesome, man. No, it looked really cool. Really cool what you were doing there.
Yeah,
I've had some good fires in there, but like to cook and it was fun for sure.
You should detach a lid from a Big Green Egg and attach it somehow.
I've been considering that as well. Right? Like you could like literally plop an XL lid on there and do like some weird shit with it. But
yeah, that's true.
I don't know if warranty will cover that, but
yeah, that's
no. That'll make John sad from Big Green Egg, but
yeah.
We know a guy.
We do know a guy.
We know a guy. Yeah. I just won't post that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about like, you can do all sorts of shit on there. Like Duke was messaging me and he's like, man, you should do a brisket on there. And I'm like, yeah, I think that would be like take for fucking ever, but
yeah.
That would even a small brisket on there. I feel like because the heat loss you're getting at the top is crazy.
That's the world of stick burners, my friend.
Yeah.
That's when you look at your pile of wood and you know that 3 feet by 3 feet of that pile will cook one brisket.
Yeah.
That's life. That's life in stick burner lane, man. It is what it is.
And I would like to say that I want one, but I'm not going to say that.
Well, that's the thing. I could cook 100 briskets with that pile of wood, or I could cook one.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's the lean brand, right?
Yeah. Well,
when you're catering, when you're doing big cooks, it's awesome. Yeah, then it makes sense. But when you're cooking one brisket, not so much.
Yeah.
But me, right, being all nostalgic and shit, right? You got the bourbon out, you got the stogie out. Well, guess what? That 3 foot by 3 foot is worth it.
Yeah.
And then so be it. Oh, it's amazing. And I think that's probably what Duke was getting at, was like,
just do it.
Stretch your boots a bit, get out there and just hang out by the fire. There's nothing better. There is nothing better.
No, and I totally agreed with him. I'm like, hey man, that is a cool idea. I would love to do that.
Garth can relate with his Traeger. It's no different than the Big Green Egg when I was doing those whole hog cooks. Once you get that shit dialed in, they take care of themselves. There's no stoking the fire. There's no doing anything. It's just they're cooking. They're doing what they do. Yeah. And that's the thing I miss about the stick burner, is having to open it every hour to see how far that log has gone, when the next log can go on. I miss that.
In the fire and all that. Yeah, it's just like I've always been like that. Even as a kid, I was like a fucking pyromaniac, right? I'm like, I love fire, right? And I never realized that I would contribute that to cooking now, but I'm feeling it now.
Darren, serious question though. Do you know the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean?
You can eat them both?
I've never had a garbanzo bean on my face.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
Oh, yeah.
It's still awesome. I don't give a shit. I said it 100 times today. I said it to every person that would listen at work, and it's still hilarious. It's still what a horrible joke. That's it. I told it to the HR guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's staring at me, and he's like, well, I'm pretty sure they're spelled different.
But
and then
Darren,
you see it hit him.
Darren, what have you got for eggs? You got a large, right? And
I've got two
Shut
large.
up, Jer. Shut up.
XL, 2 large.
Shut your mouth.
Medium, mini max.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you got for eggs, Jer? The 2 little ones in your shorts, and then what?
And Garth, what are you cooking on?
I have one of the stubby
Pro 34, right?
Pro 34, Pro 780, Ironwood 650, Ranger, and then a tailgater.
Nice.
Holy fuck. You got a few.
So he's all rigged up.
So Garth, what's your go-to? Like if you had to cook something and say, okay, tonight I'm going to cook on this, what would be your go-to trigger?
Oh, Ironwood 650.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy, it's simple, and it has that double wall insulation, just not in the lid. So your pellet consumption's way down.
Right.
So
you know what?
The most efficient.
Yeah.
You can ask Jeremy Andreas, he'll tell you the 780 was built after me. That's my area code.
There we go.
Just so you know. That's it. The Ironwood 780, that's for me. Yeah, that's now you know.
So like Mel cooks on an XL all the time. What do you guys cook on?
I'll jump back and forth. So I do a lot on the 2XL and I do a lot on my Mini Max.
Oh.
So if I'm doing something like really quick, like a couple strip loins, I'll do the Mini Max. But if I'm doing something like last night, I wanted a bit more space because I was doing some veggies and stuff like that. I'll do the 2XL. Fire up the 2XL. It does burn a little bit more charcoal, but I've got more surface space to play with. So,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah,
so,
I'm usually my large for sure.
Yeah.
So I made this huge mistake, and I was going to originally not do this, but I have a large and a medium.
Yeah.
I have them built into the granite. So
right.
I had the whole cut, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
Originally, it was supposed to be 2 larges, but I didn't have the large at the time. I knew I was going with the medium, right? So now it's like, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Right? Because now I got all these different. The medium's a bastard child. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Nice egg, but like it's the bastard child. There's no accessories for it. You can't do anything with it other than use it for what it is. It's great.
Right.
But to have 2 larges side by side would have been so much better.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then I could have just had them all the same accessories and everything's working together here.
Yeah.
Right? Big mistake.
Can you cut this? Can you cut your opening to a large?
I could, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm considering that because I do have 2 larges now.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And I think it'll be better. I could grab another expander.
Yeah.
I can just run both, right? Because the medium is good, but like even when I did that cook whenever that was, New Year's Eve, I had those 2 giant fucking pork butts on there.
Yeah.
This thing can only go for 20 hours, right?
Right.
There's just only so much charcoal capacity, and that's fine. I understand that. It's not the egg's fault. It's just that's what it holds, right?
Yeah.
So I got 20 hours out of it basically, and these things weren't done, and I'm like, fuck. So I had to deal with that, right? Whereas the large will go 30 plus hours if you want it to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For something like that.
So like, can a medium fit a brisket or no?
Well, it could, like a shitty brisket, yeah.
Yeah, public.
Not
not a huge
no.
one, right?
You're tucking
Darren,
in. Yeah.
We need to ship that medium over here.
That's the only one you
it.
don't have,
Like,
Mel.
It's been hoarded around a lot. Like I'm not the first owner of it.
I don't mind. I
love it.
I'm not a discriminatory person at all.
I
I'm
love
fine.
the thing, but it really upset me the other week, and I'm kind of feeling bad about it now.
Yeah, because you have the X. You could get away with too large, the XL. You've got the full gambit there, right?
Yeah. I don't think I need the medium.
Fuck you, Jer. Fuck you very much.
You saw my comment?
I am not falling asleep, Jer. I'm just trying to figure out how I can get that medium out of this guy's hands and into mine. That's all I'm doing. I'm sitting here quietly like, tell me how much you hate it. Yes. That's perfect.
If you want me to sell you on it, it's got new bands and a new handle.
There we go. Awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's one egg that I'm missing in the collection.
That's it.
That's
Mel.
the one.
It's the medium. It's the medium. And I understand it's the middle child of history. I understand that. But I still need it just to complete the set.
Yeah.
I
know. And I'm close too. I'm like, maybe
I know, buddy. I know. Oh, I'm telling you, the best deal for me was the XL with the L. Yeah. In my cooking cabinet, the XL and the L. Yeah. That's it. So I got the large. We'll do the rolling fire hot. The Carson Rodizio does all of that crazy shit. Right? Yeah. It's got no gaskets on it. I've burnt everything clean off. Yeah. If I'm doing a pizza cook, it's on that one because I'm going to knock that out at 800 degrees. Yeah. Don't care. Yeah. Yeah. That's my war horse. That one. It's ready to go. Then my XL with that split zone cooking. Yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
It can do everything else that I need it to do. I can cook reverse sear. I can do chicken wings. Right? They're just indirect. They're cooking nice, salt and pepper. Right? Then they hit 165. They hit the Frank's hot in the bowl, and then bang, they're over the fire. The flames are licking and kicking and doing everything. Guess what? And I'm done. Shut the lid, shut the vents, we're finished.
So you throw in a half moon.
Nobody's asking you, Jer.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it.
That's how you did those pork tomahawks, right?
Yes, correct. That was what I was showing you. You know, so I put a half moon in. Half of it is indirect. Cook everything very gently, very, very calm, whatever. And then as soon as you want to, bang, there's the live fire zone. Everything is napalm. Everything is crazy. It's that easy. To switch gears. It's awesome. It's absolutely. And that's why I sell the XL. That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
So I have. You've got one of those stubby XLs too, Mel.
I do. Yes.
Yeah, I have one too.
Yeah.
And it's like I like it, but I don't know. It's kind of a pain in the ass.
You're correct.
I really want to switch it out for a new one, a brand new one.
Why don't you just switch the lid?
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, put a new band and a new lid on it.
That's it.
I have the new bands. The new bands, for some reason, fit on the stubby.
Order a new lid. You're done.
Warranty issue.
Yep. It's not a warranty issue, Jer.
No, I bought it. I bought it from somebody around the corner from you, Jer.
Well, yeah, so I'm sure it's covered then.
Yeah, it's fine.
Rob, it's not covered. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, Rob.
Again, I know a guy.
Gee, that's the amazing thing, man. This is why I don't do Facebook. Any of you that it's on here that really love Facebook, I don't care. Whatever. It took me 10 years to get onto Facebook. As soon as I did, you guys were bitching about the stupidest things I've ever heard in my life. There's too much pepper on that brisket. Get off my page. I don't care. That steak's not quite cooked. Well, you're not eating it, are you? I am. Get out of my shit.
No, they get angry on
Facebook is brutal, man. Brutal.
Too much drama.
But the best thing I ever saw was on that Big Green Eggers, whatever, the Facebook group, right? And the guy was like, I was pushing my egg down my driveway and it hit a rock and it rolled over and smashed. And now my barbecue company is giving me a real hard time on the warranty. I was like, if I was that barbecue company, I would climb over that fucking, and I would punch you right in the face. Like, what? Try that with a TV and see what they say. Why do you think this is any different? Because Big Green Egg says they have a lifetime warranty, you assume that a fly lands on it and stains it, you should get a new one?
Broke.
Like, what is that?
It's broken.
Of course it broke, because you're an idiot. That doesn't mean they should buy you a new one. It's crazy to me. Like, it's
true.
Man, I'm on like my 19th Keurig machine, and it's not that I drink coffee like a madman, but I drink coffee like a madman. But I'm not calling Keurig every month saying like, guess what? This 855,000th brew wasn't the top notch that it said it was going to be. Give me another one. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I know that I run the bag off of my Keurigs and I buy another one like a human being. It doesn't make any sense to me.
You should get an espresso.
Oh. See, now you guys got me all fired up. Now I got to get drunk. That's it.
You're more of an espresso guy, I think, Mel. You should drink like an espresso in the morning.
When I was at Jeremy's, nobody made me coffee. Just so you know.
The coffee was shit here.
The coffee was shit. The pizza was shit. I had to do my own dishes. It was crazy. They had me locked in a cellar underneath their wine, whatever. It was nuts. It was strange. The lady at night that gave me the massages was all right, but other than that, like, everything was weird. Everything was really weird. Yeah.
Who's on the chat here?
We got Wickerland and Patio. He knows. He knows 100%. Like, it's crazy. The warranty stuff that I have seen is insane. I dropped my plate setter and it broke. I'm going to have to return it for another one. Yeah, I would like to be like a bouncer at a barbecue supply store. Just to be like, oh, this is another shenanigans. Hold on there, Jeffrey. Going to take you out back now. And, it would be perfect. Like,
and here I am. I feel guilty. I'm like, oh, my fireball's all fucked up because I've used it 1,000 times. And I'm like, I'll kind of piece it together for now. But
But anybody that's watching this that has commented on or messaged me about the Fireball, I will tell you this right now. If you've done a pizza cook on your Big Green Egg
it's fine,
and you've rocked that thing up to 600 degrees, or you've done a big clean on your Big Green Egg, you deserve it. Although it is built to handle that, there's a 90% chance something's going to break somewhere.
Yeah. Well,
it is what it is. Like,
over and over, like I've done.
Try doing that on a Weber kettle and then bitch at me that the lid doesn't fit right.
Yeah.
Well, you've had that thing at 1,000 degrees. Nothing's going to fit right ever again. That's it. Like, you've had a small fire in your barbecue. Stop it. Like, it is what it is.
So is that
all of my fire bowls have had some kind of minor crack or whatever. I run those things to the nth degree every time. I rack them things right up. Just like my knives. Everybody's like, well, Dahl Strong doesn't really hold a good edge, blah, 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 blah. And they start barking at me about it. You know what? I've done 5 briskets in a row. Watch me do that with any of the brands. Any of the brands, put those knives through the same paces I put Dahl Strongs through.
Actually,
they're all going to do the same thing. That's it. It's the physics. What?
Do you sharpen your Dahl Strong knives often?
Yes, but I also run them through hell and back.
Of how you do it.
Depends on which knife, and it depends on how nice I want to do it.
You should do one just for people, just to say, hey, this is how I sharpen my knives, right?
Well, I should, but everybody's an expert, and they're going to tell me how wrong I'm doing it.
Doesn't matter. You don't care about that.
Well, no, but this is my point, is that every time I try and give a bit of information about what I do, I have 100 people that do it better that have never done a video to tell anybody anything.
Yeah, but
that are now going to tell me I'm doing it wrong. I know it's a weird. Every time I come across these crossroads, I have to commit to either like, this is a good post that I want people to know, but it's also going to be a fight. Yeah, and I'm willing to hunker down and fight, or I'm not. and sharpening knives is one of the big ones. So I have a friend who deals a lot with knifeware. Out in Edmonton, knifeware they do like the Japanese high carbon, beautiful knives, man. Absolutely beautiful knives. And if I only did vegetables and bread and stuff like that, fish, I would own a couple. The reason why I don't is because I have bones in everything I do. And they chip. They're high carbon. They chip. That is what it is. Like, you want to know the truth of the whole matter, the reason why I'm not running high-end Japanese steel is because I'm bouncing off of bones all the time. Dal Strong can bounce off those bones. They don't chip.
Yeah.
And a quick, and it's sharp again. That's why. I've hit the happy medium. And that's what people, they're like, oh, you should for sure run this because this is way better. Whatever. You're not dealing with the stuff I'm dealing with. I'm splitting bones. I'm trim 5 briskets in a row and tell me your knife is still sharp.
Yeah.
Bullshit. That's a brisket is a sandpaper beef. It is literally made of sandpaper. Like, it is what it is. But they take a beating. I put my shit through a severe beating. I put my eggs through a beating. I put my Traeger through a beating, man. It's as long as you keep your Traeger clean, it won't catch fire.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on, I don't want to get on the soapbox, but all those videos you see of Traegers that are on fire, that's your own damn fault.
Yeah.
You didn't clean it. Or you're cooking 8 briskets in a row simultaneously and haven't opened it. That's your own damn fault. You keep it clean, it will give you beautiful barbecue whatever. I don't care. Yeah. It is what it is. But now, see, Jared, now you got me all woke up and drunk now.
I should have let you sleep.
I was going to a nice quiet place, and now I'm all fired up again. That's it.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. It's your passion.
That's it. No, it is what it is, right? I got a lot of things to talk about. It is what it is. But with the fire bowl being broken, doesn't matter. If it holds together and it still works, doesn't matter. They will replace it. But wait until it needs to be replaced, at least.
Yeah, mine is at that point. Mine is in bad shape, but
so from a guy who does,
what? I can still cook on it. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
that's it.
So from a guy who doesn't understand, when does it need to be replaced? When stuff's falling off of it? When there's 10 cracks?
Yeah. When it starts not holding things or doing things, then get rid of it.
That I'm outside. I could probably show you. I'll see how much charcoal's in here. If there's not too much, I can show you. It's fucked up.
Kimmy. Jerry, you see that? Your wife is calling me a mean drunk. She was the one that was throwing shoes at me the whole time. Wow. 2 glasses of wine in that lady, and she's trying to hit me in the eye with a high heel. That's... Oh, great.
Yeah, see, I can't even show you. Mine's fucked.
Jeremy just left.
Like I can put my...
Way to go, Kimmy.
Yeah, I can't do it. It takes a lot. Like, when it's literally, you can piece the thing together, and if you can't piece it together anymore, it's literally just falling apart inside the egg. Yeah, okay, it's done. That's where mine's at right now, and that's not the egg's fault. That's me cooking probably 50 fucking pizzas on the thing, going 700 degrees, doing that, right? That's what happens.
No, that's exactly it. It's and that's a big thing. That's a big testament to Big Green Egg. They will replace it.
Yeah, and actually,
because they warranty their shit forever. But
yeah, that's fine, right? But my base is cracked on this one too, but it still runs fine. It doesn't leak or anything. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
it's been like that for a fucking year and a half, and it's just fine.
Yeah, no, that's
with the cracked base.
Yeah, I have no question that the Big Green Egg will take a severe beating Man, minus 40, and I'm out there cooking a pizza at 800 degrees, and it's like there's nothing wrong.
Care.
Yeah, it's
no.
I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Oh, is Jer back?
Yeah, Jer's back now.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I got kicked out there.
Oh. What's your favorite hot sauce?
Yeah, what's your favorite hot sauce? That's
Cheers. Sorry about that, guys.
When are you guys doing that?
apparently never.
What's that? The hot wing challenge?
The hot wing challenge, yeah.
Next week.
Probably not.
Yeah, next week.
I think we need a new lineup of people.
Next week. We're doing it.
Well,
I gotta talk to Jeff. Jeff's starting like a 9 to 5 job.
All right.
Darren, you want in?
Well, I need to gather all these hot sauces.
Yeah, I'll send you the lineup. It's easy.
It's not bad. They're on Amazon, but you're gonna blow your guts out, just so you know.
No, I know.
I've been practicing
done the hot ones.
No, I've been practicing. They're bad.
There's that one, De Bomb.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, we don't. We're not doing that one.
I have the end.
That's a nightmare, man. That's a nightmare.
We're staying away from.
Yeah, if you want to play down and dirty, Mel's got all the cards for that. I've got the end hot sauce. If you want to do that, that's a career ender.
That stuff's the devil.
We had an industrial painter at work puking a lunch can right in front of the time cards.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Over pumpkin seeds that Uncle Mel made with the end on there, and he's like, "Wow, these are not bad. They have excellent." And then he started just coughing, and then he couldn't hear anything, and then he puked in the garbage can.
Yeah, no, we're not going that hardcore.
I want to.
I think
I would like to. I would like to shit myself on live TV. That's what I would like to do.
There's gotta be bad. There's gotta be like one bad one that you guys are gonna do.
Yeah, there's one bad one, but
yeah, the 12 out of 10 from Bunsters. That's
Bunsters 12 out of 10 is the hottest.
Yeah,
that's a bad one.
What's the Scoville on that?
I think it's 3.5 mil.
Yeah, so
it's
that's
high.
Hot, yeah.
I took a teaspoon of it when I first got it right out of the pantry. I took a teaspoon of it, and my ears were like whoop 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 whoop, and I was like, "Wait a minute, something weird is happening." It didn't even register to me, but like it was that hot that like my ears started. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Hey boys,
no, I did that
midnight
hot ones
here.
challenge, and it was bad.
Sorry, Jerry, you're gonna have to stick it out now. You fucking started this. Now you got to finish it. That's it. Let's talk about reverse searing chickens.
Yeah, reverse searing turkey.
Yeah, that's.
I'll come over to Jared's house and I'll do it.
There we go. Perfect. I got lots of hot sauce.
Yeah,
I'm not allowed to be there because apparently we'll go to jail for that. But
no, you're in my bubble. You're in my bubble.
Yeah,
we're in the bubble.
We're going to be doing
we're Team Green, so
that's right.
We're going to be doing a nice barbecue party over here too. It's $1,000 a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Well, this was fun, guys. Thank you very much, everybody.
Mel,
Garth,
this was awesome.
nice seeing you.
Everybody for tuning in, and
Darren, this is always good.
Yep. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, sorry it was late, Darren.
Yeah,
I don't care. I was watching anyway. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm good.
Oh, perfect.
Now I have to con the wife into going out to pick me up at Donaire before bed.
Oh, there we go.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be real fun. Like, I like to kick hornets' nests for fun all the time. That's what I like to do. But I for sure can't sleep without a Donaire now. I can. Yeah. I need a Donaire. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. This was fantastic. Go Oilers!
Go Oilers. There we go.
Oilers! Gonna be a good time.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Hey, Canucks suck, just so you know.
Let's see about that tomorrow.
You want to put $100 on it? No.
Let's water bet.
I think I still owe people for briskets.
Cook 'em, Dano. Lucky, thanks for tuning in, boys. We appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. This was wonderful.
Awesome.
You guys have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone.
All right.
Take care, guys.